Hi, welcome to the channel. I'm Jay, and this is our 2 cents, where we talk everything boxing, and everybody's entitled to their own opinion. In today's live, we will be discussing Jermell Charlo, a bigger dog than Terence Crawford, and PBC and Top Rank unite, and a couple of other topics we're going to go over tonight. But before we do that, make sure you punch that like and subscribe button. And make sure you let me know and drop it below your 2 cents as we go throughout the live. Now, I was having a few technical difficulties before I got started tonight, but I don't know what's going on with my headphones. They seem to not be working. Like headphones not working on my computer for some reason, but we're gonna figure it out. So how are y'all doing tonight? How's everybody doing? 2 cents after dark. Y'all know how I go down over here. Just chit chat about a couple quick topics, and then we'll drop the link. These one of those nights where you can come and get it off your chest and say what you got to say type of situation. But nonetheless, always remain respectful. But you definitely can get your 2 cents off. So I don't know. I know it's late night. I don't know if I should let a few more people pull up in here or just get the cooking. Because y'all know it's 2 cents after dark. I'm not finna be on here all night. Y'all know what the spiel is. What's going on my computer? All right, boom. Let's close that. Let's close that. All right, here we go. So, what's on y'all mind? What's been going on? What topics have been standing out to you in these boxing streets? Man, I tell you what, it's a lot of people upset with Terence Crawford. I mean, Crawford fans, like the boxing world, did not take too kindly to him saying that Earl Spence was not a Hall of Famer. They wasn't really rocking with him calling Manny Pacquiao a drug cheat, because it's kind of like, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna let a couple more people pull up. Make sure you punch the like and subscribe button on your way through the door. Make sure you help support the channel at 2 cents boxing in the Cash App, or you could just drop a super chat and drop your 2 cents. But be sure to support the channel. It's late night, and your girl definitely gonna need a cup of coffee. Not just for tomorrow. I'm gonna need a cup for Thursday and Friday, because staying up this late throws off my whole week. And I'm not complaining. I'm just telling y'all what it is. I'm just telling y'all what it is. Who we got in the building? Let's see. All things in the building. What's going on? Mr. Boxing Fanatic, what's up? Dr. Wong. He say 2 cents is a legend. Shout out, Dr. Wong. You love the thumbnail? All right, Dr. Wong. Appreciate it. I'm trying to upgrade the channel. Yeah, as y'all can see, make improvements, get better and better at this thing. I'm not just going to keep, the same look. I'm always trying to improve. I'm extremely competitive. So in case y'all didn't know, I'm probably your favorite YouTuber's favorite YouTuber. Fight Sports Talk, what's going on? Brian King, Falcon in the building. We got Rusty Cage in the building. He say he in Miami. Hey, So Stan, what's up? What up, y'all? Like the one say he like my thumbnail. I got a couple more for you. This right here was a hit. This one right here was a hit. I got some more for y'all. I got some more for y'all tonight. So Jermell Charlo, a bigger dog than Terence T. Bud Crawford. And I know y'all like, what? What? Why are you saying that? And the reason why I'm saying that is because, let me see who we got in the chat. I want to wait for some more Bud fans to pull up in here. Ray Davis, what's going on? Ariana in the building. Ty, Mr. Gregory, we gonna be in trouble with 2 cents. Dang, why y'all gonna be in trouble with 2 cents? Why y'all gonna be in trouble with 2 cents? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Shout out to Alan Sostan with the. Hold on. $5 in the super chat. And he says absolutely nothing. He's just supporting the channel. Shout out Sostan. Shout out Todd Drakeford in the building and Boxing Hacker. He said he just stopping through. Shout out Boxing Hacker. Where you been, Boxing Hacker? I ain't seen you in these YouTube streets. Brian King Falcon. So let's start off with the Jermell Charlo situation, right? So Jermell Lions only Charlo. Still the best fighter in the 154 division. Well, why do you say that? Because Jermell Charlo was undisputed in the 154 division. And let's not act like the 154 division just started popping, because it didn't. The 154 division been popping. I think Jermell Charlo, and I wish I would have made a thumbnail for Jermell. I forgot. I think Jermell Charlo needs more respect on his name for his 154 run to undisputed. I think he need more respect on his name. Ariana, what's going on? See, people want to act like him going up the weight classes, him not getting knocked out by Canelo, because that's the issue people have with Jermell Charlo, in my opinion, is that he didn't go up there. He didn't fight outside of his abilities, because that's not what elite fighters do. And he didn't get knocked out. And people feel some type of way about it. It wasn't like Jermell Charlo wasn't. See, people try to tell you, oh, he went up there and ran around as if he was running around from the first round. No, he started using his footwork when he realized he was overmatched and outpowered. That's what happened in that fight. He didn't get knocked out. And so people mad at him about it. I wasn't mad at him about it. Y'all go look on my channel. I did a video after that and couldn't understand the backlash and outrage that Jermell Charlo was receiving, when y'all should have been mad at Canelo. He's the one that picked the fight. He's the one that picked the fight. So if Jermell Charlo and went up there and ran around, that's Canelo's fault. He picked that fight. Just like I did the video about Shakur Stevenson and Kid Austin. That's Shakur's fault, because you picked that fight. And y'all want to say, oh, well, Kid Austin was calling him out. So that don't mean you got to fight him. The Herrera kid calling him out, and now he not fighting him. He not running to go fight him. So that narrative and excuse y'all was using, y'all could just throw that out the window. And first of all, It was a fight. It was a surprise fight. Like, you just scrolling on Instagram and it's like, surprise, Jermell, Charlo, Canelo, undisputed versus undisputed. You like, damn, I didn't even know I wanted to see that fight. I mean, I guess I want to see it. Okay, cool. People thought maybe Jermell might have a chance of outboxing Canelo. Just like we think, or y'all think, that Terence Crawford got a chance to outbox Canelo. Same thing. He went up there, did what he could. He caught Canelo with some shots, and he almost got knocked out by Canelo. He got knocked down. I mean, y'all really try to paint this picture like Jermell Charlo just went up there and was just na boo boo. Can't catch me. No, he wasn't doing that in the fight. Y'all seen what happened to Amir Khan? I'm not finna come up here and fight outside of my abilities and possibly ruin my career because y'all want me to go out on my shield. I'm not. You get what I'm saying? I'm not about to do that because I'm an elite fighter, and elite fighters do not fight outside their abilities. That's why I'm telling y'all, Devin Haney is not an elite fighter. He got in the ring with Ryan Garcia. It's not even that he had a bad game plan. He tried to fight outside of his ability. He tried to knock out. Ryan Garcia. But y'all let me know if I'm tripping. So he goes up. He loses to Canelo. But when he went up, he wasn't there to be great. He was just going up there to get money, blah, 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 which is the same thing Terence Crawford doing. I don't understand how we not calling it the same. He going up there to get a big payday. See, Charlo been wanting to fight Canelo. Crawford never was trying to fight Canelo. He never even mentioned it. Matter of fact, he said he wouldn't fight Canelo. So Jermell Charlo goes up, he loses, he gets all the scrutiny and the backlash because Canelo cherry picked him. When Canelo should have been getting all the scrutiny and the backlash, because don't get mad, he up there running around. Why you fighting this little bitty dude? Why are you fighting this little bitty guy? So do y'all know what Jermell Charlo does? Jermell Charlo goes back down to the 154. He don't go to, because Jermell Charlo could have easily just went to 160. And he could have ducked all the smoke at 54 like Terence Crawford doing. But he's not doing that. He's going back to the 54 division, back where all the smoke is, and maybe he'll go for another undisputed run and do it again in the toughest division in boxing right now. 54, let me know another division. It's arguably the toughest division in boxing right now. And that is the division that Jermell Charlo is going back to. Y'all think he gonna be fighting Madrimovs? Y'all think Bud gonna be fighting Madrimovs? I mean, not Bud. Y'all think Jermell gonna be fighting Madrimovs? I doubt it. He might get him a little tune up, but he coming back for the smoke. He's going back to the 54 division. While Terence Crawford coming off his biggest win, fought an amateur, and ain't fought no smoke in the 54 division because he is posturing with Canelo. I'd rather see Terence fight the smoke at the 54 division. This is what will solidify his legacy. And I don't know why y'all talking about, if Crawford beats Canelo, he's an all-time great. How? Canelo's been beat. He's an all-time great because he beat a bigger guy? That don't make you an all-time great because you beat a bigger guy. Both of y'all old and not y'all prime. But I'm just saying, y'all can call Jermell whatever y'all want, but he's going back to the smoke. He's going back to arguably the toughest division in boxing right now, which is the 154-pound division. And he's running back in the smoke. And maybe he might go for yet another undisputed run in arguably the toughest division in boxing right now. See, he went for a run. He didn't have an undisputed fight. Terence Crawford had 2 undisputed fights. And he 2-time undisputed. He had 2 undisputed fights. That's it. It wasn't no run. He didn't have to dog it out, lose, go rematch, get your belt back. He didn't do it. That's what I'm saying. Like, how can you not agree that Jermell Charlo got more dog than Terence Crawford? How can you not agree with that? Don't tell me nothing about how he fought Canelo, because that's irrelevant. That's irrelevant. He was undisputed at the 154-pound division. He ain't lose a belt. They stripped him. He coming back to the 154-pound division, back to the smoke, when he could easily go to 160. He might have an easier road going undisputed at 160. But he not doing that. He going back to the smoke. Tommy Duke say, you sound like a salty Earl Spence fan. Really? How so? And I'm not talking about Earl, so I don't even know. And this is what I'm saying. Like, these dudes cannot keep Earl Spence's name out their mouth. It's weird to me. It's like they got some type of homoerotic thing going on with Earl Spence. You can't mention nothing. You cannot mention nothing that has to do with Terence Crawford without them bringing up Earl Spence. It's crazy to me. I'm not even talking about Earl. I'm talking about Jermell Charlo and Terence Crawford, because I want to see them fight, because I think Jermell beats Crawford. But this guy, Tommy Dukes, with the cat avatar, is telling me I sound like a salty Earl Spence fan. How? Face, your boy got dog walked. I don't get, do y'all get this? Like, what? I don't know. I'm just gonna ignore. He just want attention. Y'all give Tommy Duke some attention. Don't time him out. Big Dog Willie in the building. What's up? He said 2 cents boxing. Nah, you wrong again. Crawford got more dog than Jermell Charlo. No, he don't. No, he don't. Crawford had a harder road for his undisputed. He loses belt, get the rematch, get it back. Questionable decisions, come back, get it back. Awesome, entertaining fights. You don't know who gonna win. Competitive fights. And then they strip him. He go up there, he get what he could with Canelo, but he ain't finna let Canelo ruin his career to please fans that don't like him and gonna talk bad about him no matter what the outcome was of the fight. Oh, let me get these super chats. Shout out to Big Dog Willie with the noise, because I don't know if it's working. $5 in the super chat. He says Zapata is now Tank mandatory. 2 cents boxing. I don't think Tank will rematch Roach right away. Salute to Hargreaves for being on the P for P list. Much respect. So I'm gonna read through these super chats and we're gonna get clear this narrative, because it's like y'all gotta understand boxing and business a little better, so you won't be so easily manipulated and people can't tell you stuff that makes absolutely no sense. Shout out Mr. Greg with the $5 in the super chat. He says, good evening, 2 cents. Here's my late fee. I hope Bud and Mel get it in at 154. I think there is much more interest than Bud fighting Canelo. Shout out Mr. Greg. And I got one more. Shout out to Todd Drakeford in the building with the $5 in the super. She says, just showing love. Shout out Todd Drakeford, my co-host. So, Big Dog Willie, why do you think that if they were going to fight the winner of Foreman and Zepeda, whatever the case may be, they would have known that before the fight? They're not going to cancel the fight that they've already got scheduled. That's in June, which y'all already know that. We've already told y'all that. I don't think it's been 100% confirmed, but most likely that's what's going to happen. Why would he drop that with Roach and fight Zepeda? Zepeda's with Golden Boy. I doubt he's going to not fight the rematch to fight Zepeda. Zepeda just fought. That don't make sense. It doesn't make sense, y'all. Like, let's stop trying to put every obstacle in the, like, are we gonna do this? Let me address this. Y'all getting me off task, but I'm gonna get back to it. Are we gonna do this until the next Tank fight? Before the first Tank fight, it was slander. He ain't gonna do this, he ain't gonna knock him out. He coming up from 130. Nobody want to see the fight. Y'all did that the whole time. Now is it gonna be, we're going to make every narrative and toss everything in a way to keep saying the fight ain't next, the Roach fight ain't next, only for the Roach fight to be next? We're not doing that for the next till June. We're not doing that till June. They've said they're fighting the rematch. So the logical thing to do would be to ignore all the other stuff other people are saying, because they've already said they wanted to rematch. They've already said they was working on the rematch. They've already said they agreed to the date. They've already confirmed the location in Vegas. Like, all of those things have already been done. So let's just wait. Let's not just make up stuff the whole time only for the fight to happen anyway. I don't know when y'all are going to see the pattern that every time Tank got a fight, or when there's something going on with PBC, it ain't going to happen. It's this narrative, it's that narrative, only for it to happen anyway. Y'all haven't noticed that? Y'all haven't noticed that pattern? So at this point, I'm just like, even if it's true what y'all are saying, they're usually able to pull it off. So I'm not going to worry about it. You get what I'm saying? I'm not going to worry. I'm not going to say, oh, Zepeda won, he is mandatory, he's not going to fight Roach. That don't make sense. I'm not going to worry about that right now. Shelton Moore says Alvarez beat the fight out of Mel. Okay. Well, there you go. Alvarez beat the fight out of him then. I don't know what that means. That has nothing to do with him going back to 54. Arguably the toughest division in boxing right now. And not trying to skate around at 160. He could have went to go fight Laura at 160 and take Laura belt. He could have did that. He could have went to go be a 2-division champion. He could have went to go get him a trinket like y'all favorite fighter. Yeah, he could have went to go say, so he could say, oh, a 2-division champion. Look, now I got a belt. No, he went back to the 54 division. And speaking of some people's favorite fighter, listen, Terence Crawford want to get on TV and say this stuff, so people gonna talk about it. If it's one thing Terence Crawford gonna do, is put his foot in his mouth and make his fans look foolish. Now, there's been a lot of people having suspicion with the whole Victor Conti snack thing that's been going on after the Spence fight. They dropped the documentary, the Netflix documentary, which I don't know why people continue to overlook it. They act like YouTube is the reason people start connecting Crawford to Snack, when no, it was the Netflix documentary was the reason. You had 750,000 people watch that fight, and then the next week they dropped the documentary. What did y'all think was gonna happen? And then the whole Conti Balco dug it all up again. And some of y'all still ain't watched the documentary, but y'all still here be trying to argue every day. Boxing Hacker can barely show his face in these YouTube streets now because he refusing to watch that documentary. Y'all ain't seen him all week. He ain't been on no panel. He hiding. Or maybe he did watch the documentary. That's why he ain't been up here. So he gets in the interview and he's basically saying, oh, Manny Pacquiao can't be Hall of Fame because basically he was on steroids. That's basically what he said. Manny Pacquiao was on steroids. He was going up in weight and what's the last thing to lead? The power. Y'all heard the interview? And so I'm just like, so all these Crawford fans been running around here saying, oh, you can't say he doing nothing because he ain't tested positive. He never tested positive. He didn't test positive for anything. He's never tested positive. Well, I'm with the man that can make you beat the drug test and not test positive. Even he say if you can't pass a drug test, you just stupid. Even Victor said that. So I'm gonna ask the chat a couple questions, just yes and no. Did Manny Pacquiao ever test positive? Did Manny Pacquiao ever test positive? Matter of fact, didn't he sue Mayweather for saying he was on steroids or somebody? But the point I'm trying to make is you can't feel some type of way when you're connected to the biggest cheater sports has ever seen, but you sitting here saying Manny Pacquiao cheated and he ain't never tested positive. Mr. Greg say he did. See, Boxing Hacker still ain't watched it. Still ain't watch. They refuse to watch. That's crazy. You know why they refuse to watch it? You know why they refuse to watch it? Willful ignorance. So my whole point is that I'm saying is like, bruh, you just opened the door for people to. I mean, you just took your fans' own argument away. You just took their argument away. Now all that he ain't test positive. I don't want to hear it. You should be the last, even if you think that the fact that people got that suspicion about you, it's almost like you should be the last person to be saying anything about that period. Like, I'm just gonna stay away from that. I'm just gonna stay away from that. And people really feel some type of way about you saying what you said about Earl. It don't matter if you think that or that's your truth. Like, some stuff you just shouldn't say. Earl went against Al, went against his team, made the fight for you. He did all of that. Gave you a coin toss. Man, that's crazy. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This y'all favorite fighter, though. But Jermell Charlo got more dog than Terence Crawford. His route to undisputed way more vicious. Competition in the 54 division, way more competitive. Fighting fighters in their prime. He not fighting fighters off of layoffs and injuries and car accidents and coke binges and rehab and shot in the leg, and he not fighting fighters like that. He fighting them in their prime. He went and snatched each belt off of each champion. Some of them he had to rematch. And then he went up and they took him and he coming back to go get him again. Why Bud ain't go take his belt back from Boots? That would have been dog-like. But y'all want to keep letting Crawford just skate around and act like y'all don't see this. But it's getting exposed more and more. It's just going to get exposed more and more. And if he come back down to 54 after Fundora collect all them belts, I kind of hope he do, so y'all can see what I've been talking about. The whole scheme will be exposed. It'll be all be exposed. Cause I don't know if he fighting Canelo. Canelo don't know if he fighting him. He talking about if he got to focus on William Skull. PBC and Top Rank joining forces. I had a thumbnail for that. Hold on. I'm about to drop the link because y'all know I'm not finna be on here all night. Hold on. I know Boxing Hacker just told me PBC and Top Rank wasn't going. That is never gonna happen. It's happening. That's never gonna happen. It's happening. And you know this. Turkey forces PBC and Top Rank to work together. Like, who is Turkey? Like, why do y'all keep attributing everything that's happening in boxing to Turkey? I mean, maybe they decided to come together to compete, but okay. Turkey they didn't even need to come together to compete with Turkey. They didn't need to. Turkey wasn't doing that. There was nothing to compete with. He wasn't generating he wasn't doing nothing. Like, what are we talking about? Compete with him overpaying fighters? Nobody finna compete when you ain't got no butt, when you can just lose an unlimited amount of money. You cannot compete with that. Shout out to Mr. Greg on the panel with us.
Hey, people. What's going on?
Nothing much. Hold on a second. Go ahead.
I just want to ask something because I was talking with Cash. Soon, can I come on live one time and show some gloves so we can deal with that controversy about gloves opening?
Yeah, you can show some gloves.
Okay, I don't have mine because I gave mine to my nephews, but I'm going to buy some brand new ones out the box to show that you can open the gloves without them being cut. So I just wanted to get that out.
Oh, you know we didn't did that on Ross channel.
Okay, well, we'll do it on yours if you allow it.
Yeah, we can do it.
I'm here for the PBC top rank combo and them bringing some fights. I'm all for that. I think you got two experienced companies with a lot of good fighters and the probability and possibilities of having, excuse me, some great fights put on here in the United States without the interference of other entities. I'm here for that one. I certainly, as I told you, I hope if this Canelo stuff doesn't happen, and I'm not even, like I said, I don't even believe it's going to, but if it does, so what? The fight is Charlo and Terence. I wish it could have already have happened, but I still think that's the fight. I certainly think Terence will beat Charlo as well. Charlo got just as much dog. The one weakness that Charlo has is he doesn't control his emotions too well. And Derek James, I think that was Derek James who was training him at one point, has tried to, and probably has worked pretty good at him bringing his emotions under control, because that's when he makes a lot of mistakes. He did a lot of silly swinging when he fought Tony Harrison, and that was because his emotions was unchecked. I'm talking about the first fight. And Terence has already kind of got in Charlo's head anyway. They got a little backstory that hasn't been played up yet. I don't know how it started, but Terence talked on it on one occasion, and then you saw what happened at the fight with Spence, etc. But I think that fight has more interest than, to me at least, it has more interest to me than Terence fighting Canelo. He beats if he even could beat Canelo, and I don't think he would. It doesn't say as much to me because the smoke, as you just said, was still at 154 because there's nobody else at 168 that I see. I see it even being worse for him with, say, a David Benavidez or even Burrell. I think he's just too small, but I understand why he picked or why he targeted, if you will, Canelo. Canelo is the cash cow, of course, and I think that's the retirement plan. And Canelo is the smallest in terms of height of the 168 guys. And he got maybe shorter arms, but he doesn't look at all the physical attributes that Canelo has. He has a thick neck. He has strong, he's got a strong build. He's built like a tank to me. And he does have skills. He can be outboxed, but you got to outbox Canelo the whole fight, not just some of the fight. And those punches hurt. I mean, when he fought Bevo, the first fight, even though Bevo, outboxed him, he showed where Canelo was hurting him. He showed how bruised up and banged up he was in that fight. And Bevo's much bigger than Terence. I don't care how Terence bunked up. He's going to have, in my opinion, maybe some of the same problems he had when he went to 154 with the one fight with Madrimov. You got to really have some fights in each division to understand where you at, how your skills have to be used, and what you need to sharpen up at that weight class. At 168, you're putting on a lot of muscle. You're bulking up. You got to find a way to get acclimated, since it's only going to be that one fight, I suppose, where you can perform well at 168, carrying all that weight on your frame. I told you, his legs don't look like they're big enough. But we'll see if it ever happens. But the 154 is where it's at. As you said, there's a lot of smoke there. There's a lot of competition. There's some great fights to be made. But who knows what he's going to do, because he'll be 38 by the time there's sometime this summer, I think it's in August or July. And then the next year, he's going to be 40. I don't care what kind of athlete you are and how well you've taken care of your body. Father Time is always undefeated. And it happens to you when you least, it could be in the middle of the fight, that 40-year-old age starts to touch you. You just never know. So, we'll see how well he does when whatever fight he has this year, because it seems like he's on a one-a-year fight plan as well, if you can call that a plan. What else did you speak on? But those are two things that was most prevalent that I want to speak on, is those two fights. So that's kind of what I'll say opening up, and I'll see what else anybody else got to say as we move along. Oh, how you doing, Ty and Boxing Hacker?
Shout out Ty, Boxing Hacker on the panel.
What's up, Mr. Greg? What's up? Hey, Lady Ty.
What up, Boxing Hacker? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What's up, 2 cents? It's been a minute.
What's going on?
Yeah, chilling, man. Hey, so I gotta say this, right? Like, the whole Pacquiao situation is a little bit different than the whole, like, well, the little suspicion people have with Crawford and Snack. Because Pacquiao, I mean, for one, it's been a suspicion for a long time, Pacquiao, because one, during the whole Floyd Mayweather Pacquiao, when they were trying to make the fight, like, Pacquiao refused to take Olympic style drug testing, and he did that for years, and his team kept pushing the narrative that Floyd was holding up the fight, and then there was all this other random stuff that kept happening. Like, for instance, Freddie Roach came out and suggested Alex Ariza was giving Pacquiao something as well. And then when Pacquiao finally did take his drug test, he was no longer. It wasn't even. I mean, Terence Crawford mentioned the power, but to me, what was even more surprising is that before the drug test, Pacquiao used to move up to 147 fine, but like after the drug test, like it looked like he was like underweight for most of the fights that he had afterwards. So there was lots of suspicion, like when it came to Pacquiao. Also, it's a weird dynamic. A guy who came from 109 all the way to beat like Margarito is a little bit diabolical by itself, So they had the suspicion was there. So I think when Terence was talking about it, I mean, it's
All right, let me respond to you real quick, Boxing Hacker, because the suspicion is also there for Terence Crawford. All them hoops you just jumped through for Manny Pacquiao, we got hoops we can jump through for Terence Crawford to lead us to the suspicion also. So the point of the argument was, you don't have any definitive proof, so why are you saying that? Because that's the whole argument. Every time you try to bring it up, nobody care about Victor Pass. Nobody say nothing about that. It's all, well, has he popped that? He don't got no proof. That's all people say. So you don't got no proof. So for him to say that, for him to say that, he just killed all of his fans' argument. That's all. That's the only point I'm trying to make, is y'all can't say that you don't have no proof. You can't say that no more.
No, hold up. The whole Victor thing is a little bit way more exaggerated.
Hold on. Go ahead, get your rest of your 2 cents off.
You can say
you shouldn't even be up here, bro. You can't say the Victor thing is exaggerated when you haven't even watched the documentary.
I'm about to say,
come to that conclusion, Boxing Hacker.
I'm gonna watch.
You don't even know. You don't even know. So,
but look, the documentary's gonna tell me what happened in the past. I already know what happened in the past. What's it really gonna change? Am I gonna have an epiphany and wake up and be like, we need answers, people? I'm not gonna do that. Nah. I think we know the answer.
Watch the documentary.
What's your 2 cents? What you got?
Go ahead, Ty.
Oh God, I was about to say you said you wasn't gonna let your school back on the panel no more if he hadn't watched.
I know. I be forgetting. I'm gonna remember next time.
I love you too, Ty.
No, please. That's neither here nor there. Yeah, no. Bud definitely shouldn't throw rocks if he lives in a glass house. But that's just typical Bud, I said it earlier. I don't know what's wrong with this man. He is like just such a jealous individual, and I don't understand why, and why he has to bring up random people, throw them under the bus. I mean, I don't know what he got going on, but like you said earlier. Yeah, and he is the only one talking about this Canelo fight. I watched that press conference with Canelo, and when they mentioned Bud, he quickly cut them off like, maybe we'll see. You know what I mean? He's not talking about anything definitive. And Bud Crawford is just sitting around waiting for this magical Canelo fight to happen. Whether it does or does not happen, we do not know. But I think it is a big mistake to sit out all this time waiting for Canelo. He's not going to take a fight in the interim to get it, acclimated to this weight class. Nothing. He's just going to dive up there and fight Canelo. I'm sorry. I think that's a huge mistake.
Mm-hmm. Oh, one more thing.
It's a very mistake, and I've never known Terence Crawford at a disadvantage. He's always had the other fighter at a disadvantage. So I think it's crazy that he's putting himself at a disadvantage to fight Canelo.
Oh, I wanted to say too in the comment, I wasn't saying that Manny tested positive for anything. I was saying that Manny did sue Mayweather. That's what I was saying. He did what he did, not that he tested positive for anything.
So you think he gonna sue Terence Crawford?
Who, Manny?
No, he can't.
Yeah, wouldn't that be funny?
That would be. That would be.
That's not possible.
Talk about the irony.
It's not possible to do that though.
But Bud,
what do y'all think about Jermell Charlo being a bigger dog than Terence Crawford?
No,
I don't think so. Absolutely not.
They both have a mean streak in them, both of them.
Yeah.
And Charlo seems to wear his a lot more than Terence does. Just when he talks,
but Charlo fought way better competition than Terence Crawford. He fought these fighters in their prime. He left the smoke and then came right back to the smoke. How y'all not gonna say he's not a bigger dog than Terence Crawford? Charlo has proved he's a dog. Like, in what fight did Bud have to just prove he's a dog?
Bud's always a dog. He knocked out everybody fought 147. He came from 135.
It was a TKO, Boxing Hacker. He did not knock.
He knocked out every single fighter he fought at 147.
He knocked them out
or stopped them.
It was a TKO.
You can say stopped them. They stopped him. How would you use the word stop? Yeah, and he dominated 140. And he's champion 154. The kid, I don't know what Bud's a junkyard dog.
Just our mean.
So let me ask y'all a question. It's kind of off topic, but a fighter that's dominating everybody, right? Tough fights, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, they dominating everybody. Are we to believe they're that good, or should we believe they're not fighting top level competition?
In today's world, it's hard.
They're that good,
You know, we want to believe that they're good, but in today's world where we're more and more finding that there's so many ways to cut corners and cheat and so forth, it's hard to just be 100% invested in them being just that good. It's just hard to do it now, and that's
But
what I'm saying. It's unfair that fighters who don't do anything, hasn't been connected to anything, can still get smeared a tiny bit where it's just even a small question. Is he that good, or is there something we don't know? And that's
but
unfortunate.
if they're
Like
being
for
the top
instance,
person in the division, you have to say that like there's no way you can like because then you're just gonna say like everybody's just garbage. If they're being the top person at the division, you gotta say
No,
they're
you're not
good. I
saying
mean
they're
that's
garbage. And I wouldn't
let's
say
take
that.
Shakur Stevenson for example, right?
Mhm.
yeah.
There are a lot of people that believe his value and his stock is going down at this point because he's not fighting competitive fights.
Did you see what I
And
wrote to you?
if
He's
you
a
look at his resume,
lineal
go
champion though.
through his resume, if you go through his resume, what tough opponents has he fought? And when I say what tough opponents has he fought, which of his opponents after he fought them continue to go on and win? Can you name one?
I
But
don't
here's the
know, but that
thing.
picture is hilarious.
I
No,
know
but here's the
that's so funny.
but here's the thing though. It doesn't matter what the fighter does afterwards, right? Like for instance, Floyd beat a lot of people, but they ended up losing after. They ended up not being as being as dominant after they fought Floyd. Fighters change fight to fight. Like the fight they lost to one
Boxing
person might
hackers. It's
change
just
them.
a question. Which fighters did he fight that went on to be successful, bro? Like
Yeah,
none?
I,
Is that the
I don't
answer?
know.
None? Okay, cool. Okay,
It,
cool. It's none.
it,
Because
it, I don't think it's
fighters that Mayweather fought went on to continue to win fights and be successful.
not necessarily. No, Ricky Hatton wasn't successful after he lost to
I
Mayweather.
didn't say all
Uh,
of them. I didn't say
a
all of
lot
them.
of them
Shout out
didn't.
to Corner
And Floyd,
Reviews on the panel.
remember, Floyd used to say they were good until they fought me. He used to say that. He used to say hey, they weren't the same after they fought me. That's all that happened, and that happens sometimes. Some fights
Boxing
change
hacker.
people.
Shakur
Yeah,
Stevens is boxing hackers. You just
yeah.
what up, Tony Reviews? What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Oh, what's the conversation?
We was just talking about. Oh, I was saying first of all, we started off. I was saying Jermell Charlo is a bigger dog than Terence Crawford because he's returning back to the smoke at the 54 division, not ducking it like Terence Crawford. Then we was talking about Shakur Stevenson, the level of competition that he fought, and is his stock dropping? And Terence Crawford putting his foot in his mouth, saying Manny Pacquiao took steroids.
Okay, in my opinion, Crawford is more of a dog than Charlo. We saw how much of a dog Charlo was when he fought Canelo. He got hit one good time and went into flight mode for the rest of the fight. That's not a dog to me. Straight survival mode. If we're talking about Mel, are you talking about Mel or Maul? It's got
Yeah,
to
I'm
be
talking
Mel.
about Mel. You talking about after
Yeah.
he got knocked? You talking about after Jermell got knocked down?
Yeah.
You say he got hit one good time. He got knocked
He
down.
got hit one good time and he went into flight mode. He said, "I'm here for. I know you want payday. You want
He got
payday."
knocked out.
Huh?
You saying he should have got knocked out?
No, I'm saying that he didn't want to win the fight. He got hit one good time and realized I can't compete, so I'm gonna just
Right.
try to survive. That's all he did. There was no dog there.
That's what I'm
It was
saying.
just
So if he can't compete, he should have got knocked out. That's what you're saying. He realized he couldn't compete, but then you saying he running around, so he shouldn't have ran around and go in survival mode. He should have got knocked out. He should have been a dog and
no.
got
What
knocked
I'm
out.
telling you is somebody who's a true dog. They're not gonna lay down. They're not gonna roll over. They're not gonna sit. They're going to try to beat you. They're going to try to think of a different way. Maybe I can't trade with you in the pocket, but I'll jab you. But you're actually going to remain in the fight. He gave up on the fight. That's not a dog.
Y'all I don't know. Like y'all gotta go back and rewatch the fight. What do you
I
mean
watched
gave
it.
up? He didn't give up. Like he survived the fight. Like other than that, he would have got knocked out. I don't understand what y'all wanted from him. Y'all think Crawford ain't finna go up there
Devin
and do the
fought
same
Ryan
thing?
I
and
think
got
Crawford
knocked down, but he kept
Only
trying to win.
he only survived the fight because he refused to fight.
Yeah, I kind of
I
agree.
agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that.
I believe
What I'm saying is you can't look. If you
But
are made,
hold on, Tony. That one fight. Let me say this because I know people like to do that. That one fight does not determine if Jermell Charlo got more dog than Terence Crawford. Y'all talking
it
about one
does
fight. Y'all
because
not
I can
talking
go.
about Jermell Charlo undisputed run that he had at 54. Y'all not talking about how Jermell Charlo is still the best at the 54
I got
division.
you.
He didn't lose. They stripped him for his belts. Y'all not
Mhm.
talking about how Jermell Charlo went up and he's coming back to the smoke and he not posturing, acting like he about to fight somebody while he ducking the
Mhm.
whole division where all the smoke at. Y'all not talking about how Jermell Charlo could have went to 160 and scooped up Laura's belt and took another got another trinket in another division just
Laura
so he
might
could
beat
say,
him
"Oh,
though.
I
I'm
mean,
a
it did.
champion in two
Laura will
divisions."
probably
Y'all
beat him
not
though.
talking about none of that. Y'all
So
talking
since
Laura
about
probably,
one fight where he went up two
wait,
weight
hold on.
classes to fight.
So let me do apples to apples, right? We gonna go apples to apples. When Earl Spence, who was undefeated, was
Here
on
we
the
go.
back end of the worst whooping he ever got in his life, he never backed down. He kept trying to win. No matter what Bud did to him, he fought to the very end. He was in the fight till he wasn't in the fight. And even then, he was still trying to be in the fight. That's a dog. Whenever
That's
you're in your
dumb.
hardest fight you've ever been in, and your first thought is to run, you're not a dog. It's good to look good against people that you outclass. But when you get outclassed for the first time,
Bro, he
what
was
do
two
you
weight
do?
classes up in the first time fighting, not
Okay,
acclimated to the weight
you're
or
missing
nothing.
the point,
So
too,
just
sis.
say you wanted him to get no, you missing the point. I'm just asking you. You wanted him to get knocked out. That's all I'm asking you to say. He
You're
was
no,
outmatched.
no,
He
you're
was
making a huge
overpowered.
uh-huh.
He was
So
but
outmatched. He was
when you're a
overpowered.
dog, that
He
doesn't matter
realized
though.
that
you're
in the
making an
fight, and you're
assumption.
saying that
You're
don't matter. He still should have
no,
got knocked
that's
No,
out.
it
not
don't
what
matter. When you're a
you're
dog, that
making an
doesn't matter.
assumption. You're making an assumption on me and saying what I wanted. I never said I wanted him to get knocked out, and you're assuming that he would get knocked out. You don't know. I don't know. We don't know if he would have got knocked out had he fought Canelo. Maybe he would have hit Canelo with something and hurt Canelo. But what we do know is he wanted no part of that fight. And
But that
the
doesn't
two
make
weight
him a
classes to me
dog.
goes out the window. Like you can't even use that as an excuse because he chose to go up two weight classes. He wasn't forced to fight Canelo. He wanted to fight Canelo. So the two weight class jump, that excuse goes way out the window when you choose to do it.
He didn't choose to fight Canelo. Canelo chose him to fight.
What?
Canelo picked Charlo to fight him. Shout out
So
Dodger
you
them
mean
on
to
the
tell
panel.
me, you mean to tell me who had said and said you have to get in the ring?
I didn't say he had to. I'm just saying he didn't want to miss out on the patty. All I'm saying is that's cool. I see what your opinion is. I'm saying you wanted him to get knocked out because obviously he felt as though this is what he needed to do to get through the fight without getting knocked out. So he
What?
did deserve his.
That's not a
No,
dog, 2 cent.
that's not a
That's
dog.
not a dog. And as a
He
matter
wasn't a dog in that fight.
no, he was not at all. As a matter of
So
fact,
one time, so
he
y'all
got
saying is just one event just make you not a dog no more. Like why you ain't see
Yeah.
him go get his
he,
face back
What are
twice.
you, a weird
That's a
dog?
he
dog.
wasn't a dog in that fight. Let's put it
But
that
y'all
way.
just
Yeah,
saying he ain't a
that's
dog.
what I'm.
You've never seen Terence. He never defended undisputed in any weight class.
Okay, it
So
doesn't
No,
how is
matter.
But
that a
Terence
dog?
made
that,
How is
adversity,
that
and
a dog?
Okay,
he
He's a
got
first
great
knocked down by
fighter, but
Gamboa,
I
and
don't
he
think he's
slept
a dog
Gamboa.
either.
Tell
Hold
him,
on, one at a
Dondra.
time. Hold
we
on.
weren't.
Shout out, shedding more on the panel.
Hey, Shelton.
Go ahead, Dondrick.
And,
What's your
two
two cents?
cents.
What you got for the show?
2 cents.
I don't.
Can I finish the other topics really fast because we went on a
Okay,
tangent?
Dondrick, let me let Tony go, and then
Go
I'm gonna
ahead.
let you go, and then Mr. Shelton. Go
Yeah,
ahead,
I
Tony.
just want to hit the other points because you said Terence Crawford saying that Manny was on PEDs. Well, here's what I was telling other people, and they got mad when I said this. It's really easy to pass PED testing when you never take them. To my understanding, Terence is only taking one, and that was against Spence. I don't know any other fight that he took PED testings. So I find it mighty
I don't
funny.
think he took
Pacquiao-
testing with Spence. I don't know why you saying that.
What's that?
I don't think there was no. He did. They did test him for the
I'm
Spence fight.
I said the only fight I know that they tested him was a Spence fight. I don't think he was tested for any other fight he's ever been in. So my point is, Manny, when he fought, was the most tested fighter in all of boxing. Every fight he fought, he was tested. Never popped hot. Now you can believe he did something. You can believe that he beat the test. You can believe whatever you want. But the fact of the matter is, every fight he had, he was tested and he passed every single time. Terence, on the other hand, is working with one of the biggest drug cheats in the history of sports, and he don't never get tested. to my knowledge. So, like I said, you pass 100% of tests that you don't take. Period. So I don't like that. Don't call somebody a PED cheat when you yourself don't get tested, to my knowledge. What was the
Why do
other
you
one?
think he doesn't get tested for?
I'm about to faint because I agree with Tony. Somebody come check my temperature.
Wait, why do you think he doesn't get
Send it
tested?
across.
He hasn't drug tested since 2020, Tony.
Why do
That's the
people
last
believe
time
him?
Vada. That's the last time Vada got him up on the website. Either he hasn't tested since 2020, or he's not passing the test, but he has a therapeutic use exemption, which is why he's not listed on the Vada website.
But the
But
other
did
thing
they?
was, I think the last topic you said was I disagree.
PBC and Top Rank unite.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with that. I think it's dumb of Al Heyman to partner up with Top Rank only because, I mean, you'd have to look up the record. It's something crazy like 24-3 Top Rank is over the PBC fighters. So I don't know why you would fight an organization that always beats you, but I'm cool with the team up. I mean, if that's what they want to do.
Because that's
you know,
false what you're saying, Tony. That's not true.
Look it up. Like, Google it. It's a crazy record Top Rank has.
Yeah, because they're fighting the PBC are coming fight them with the B-side fighters. They're sending them B-side fighters. And
What
Top
you
Rank not making a fight unless they know they finna beat you. Shout out Payton for
Wilder was a B-side fighter.
I didn't say all of them, but he talking about 20
Sean
something. They
Porter
ain't
was
made
a
no
B-side
big
fighter.
20 something fights with Anyway, Dodger, then what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
What's going on?
Yeah, well, I can't believe I'm agreeing with Tony on that goddamn shit. I don't know what the hell.
That's what I said. The sky is falling, Dondra.
This
We
shit's
gotta get out
falling,
of
man.
Dodge.
This shit is crazy. But nah, I don't want to say nobody's a drug cheat because if you never pop, I can't say you dirty. I don't want to say that, but you can't throw stones if your house ain't all the way clean. You can't be working with Victor Conti and expect people not gonna look at you funny. So I wouldn't even be saying. I would say next question. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even say nothing about Manny. He likes to disrespect people. I don't understand why Terence like to do that, but I guess because Manny wouldn't fight him. So he still probably got some animosity about that. But that's neither here nor there. Y'all forgot to say Jermell got to fight because y'all know I'm the only Maul fan on the internet. So I don't want to hear that. So my boy coming back. But I think and then the PBC and Top Rank, I think is a great idea for American boxing. And I think it will put pressure on the other companies to actually, do better fights. And then, we can get the fights we really want because if they're working together, hey, there's no excuse for somebody shouldn't be making another fight, So that's the one thing I think about it.
I mean, Jermell coming back, people treat Jermell like he ain't undefeated. I don't understand why they do Jermell like that. Tommy Duke says, did Tank take testing outside of Ryan Garcia fight?
Yes.
We're not talking about Tank, bro.
He's with USADA. So
we're not even talking about, this is what I'm saying. Like, I don't understand these guys. It's Earl and Tank. They can't keep their names out their mouth. It don't matter what we're talking about. They gonna throw name Earl in there. They gonna throw Tank name in there. It don't matter what we talking about. We could be talking about buying some Jordans at the mall. Did Tank get his Jordans from the mall? I don't know. I don't know. Shout out Paid in Full. What's your 2 cents? Oh no, Mr. Shelton. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, I was listening to what you were saying earlier. You said that Tony wanted Mel to get knocked out against Alvarez. Well, I did too, because Mel didn't deserve to fight. Benavidez did. So I wanted him to get knocked out.
Oh, okay.
That is the dumbest logic I've ever heard in my goddamn life.
I mean, Canelo picked him to fight. I don't understand. So you want Crawford to get knocked out too then?
Hey, this the thing.
No, though, Crawford deserves to fight.
You hella biased.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't.
He doesn't deserve to fight.
But what people still
Crawford deserves to fight more than Mel did.
No, he don't. He don't deserve it at all. He
yes,
did nothing 68.
Yes.
He's done nothing.
Yes.
He's done nothing at 68.
I don't care what you think.
Exactly.
I think he deserves it.
Nut hugger.
One mic, y'all.
I don't care what you think. I think he deserves it.
I know you don't, Papa.
This the thing though, bro. When we forgetting, bro, when they tried to put David Benavidez's name on the contract for Canelo, he ran off. So they had to scratch
He's
that
scared of
whole
Benavidez. He's
do
scared
a
of
whole
Benavidez.
nother
He don't want
deal.
nothing to do with him. He don't
You said
mind
what?
losing. I don't think Canelo minds losing. He just don't want to lose to Benavidez.
Hey, Ty,
Yeah,
and I
that
hear
nigga
love
went
connection.
wrong. And they had to do a whole nother deal with Canelo.
Now, see,
Y'all
what
can
I'm
move
talking
on. Go
about?
ahead.
That's
Oh,
how
Go
you
ahead,
show
Tucson.
sisters some
good.
love. You know what I'm talking about? That's
I
how you
told
show
you.
sisters
2
some
cents
I
love.
after
told you
dark.
you was on here
2 cents
flexing.
after dark.
Oh,
Hey,
my bad. I
Tony,
thought I heard love
I
connection.
told you be on here flexing.
But what was we talking about?
Do y'all
We was talking
recall that
Let's talk about
Mel was?
Mel not deserving the fight.
See,
But do
even
y'all?
Oh
Tucson wants
yeah,
to
how
fight
does
the
Terence
dog.
Crawford deserve how does Crawford deserve a Canelo fight? He literally
Yeah,
doesn't.
that nigga didn't start calling Canelo name
Because
until
Crawford's
after
never
Jermell
lost and
tried.
Crawford's never ran from anybody in a fight. Mel has.
But
But
my
we didn't
nigga,
see Mel run from a fight until he got in there with Crawford. I mean, with Canelo.
Canelo.
So how we know
Don't
Bud
matter
ain't
who
gonna
he
do it?
was. Don't matter who he
How we
was
know
in there
Bud
with.
ain't
He
gonna do
ran.
it?
Don't
You don't
matter
know
who
what
he was
Bud's
in
gonna
there with.
do.
He ran.
I
It
ain't
doesn't
ran,
matter
but
who he was in there with. He
I
ran.
think y'all mad
I
because he
mean,
didn't get knocked out.
I'm gonna be honest.
No, what y'all
Technically,
gonna say if
Oh,
Crawford go up there and run? I'm saying this now. I don't want to hear he was daring to be great. I don't want to hear none of that. I need the same vitriol. If Terence Crawford don't get knocked out.
And
Now,
you will get it. If he
you
goes in
know
there and
damn
runs,
well
the
niggas
same
they
shit
gonna
happens
make
to him.
Yep.
he ain't
and
got
when
to
he
get
get
knocked
knocked
out.
out, I'ma still talk shit. I don't care. Either way, I win.
Why you gotta keep saying he
them
got to
niggas
get
ain't gonna
knocked
say
out?
shit
Like,
about that. They gonna let
Cause
that
he
shit
going to
ride.
listen,
sleep.
you
Canelo
Them
don't
niggas
just
like
say
black
he dared
fighters.
to
He
be
gonna try
great.
to beat up the black fighter. You understand that?
Well,
You think
yo.
Canelo
What
don't
I'm
what?
like
saying
black fighters.
is,
Y'all
hold
ain't
on.
figured that out.
y'all forget Canelo
Canelo is
didn't
the one
ask
that's
for,
gonna get beat up.
but you forget
Nah,
Canelo didn't
Canelo
ask
gonna
for
beat him
Mel.
so bad, it's gonna be dumb.
You forget Canelo didn't ask for Mel. It was
Tony,
supposed to
you
be
always
all.
wrong. Can't nobody listen to you. You
Wait
always
a minute,
wrong.
pause. You supposed to come on my
You
channel.
did say Barinchek was
Shelton,
gonna beat the shit
Shelton,
out of
wait,
Keyshawn.
hold on 2 cents. Let me respond to this dumbass comment that Shelton just said. You still have yet to come to my channel like on the bet and admit that you was wrong on a fight. You still to this day haven't held up your end of the bet. So if
What fight
anybody's
is that?
wrong, it's
Oh, you
you.
What
said
fight
you
was that? What
he
fight was that?
ducking
Hold on. What fight
smoke?
was that?
He
What
ducking
fight was that?
smoke?
It's so
What fight
long
was that?
ago. It's so long ago. We had a bet. And in fact, we could go over there to whose channel was it? It was either
Was it
BBO.
Zerto? Was it the Zerto fight?
I think it was a Zerto fight. How I told you Beaver was gonna
Yeah,
beat him
yeah, you're
easily.
right. You're
And
right.
you was supposed to
When you
come
next time
over
you go
there.
live?
And you ain't
I forgot
never
all
come
about it, bro.
over there. You
I
ain't
forgot
never
all
come
about it, bro.
over.
When's the next time you going live? When the next time you
Tony
going
be
live?
holding
I
grudges.
ain't been
Tony
dropping
be holding
content
grudges.
lately. I just been on a hiatus.
Well, how can I
He
come
ain't
over?
even been on live.
Oh, come
No.
come
I
on.
was active up till about a month, 2 months ago. Now I just
Oh, okay,
be on other
okay.
people's.
Well, the next time you go live, you know I'll be over here. The next time you go live, just let me know. I'll come over there. But my boy
All
Zerto
right,
did
shout
come
out
get another
Fight
title
Sports
though.
Talk. Fight Sports Talk on the panel. Waiting for what's your 2 cents, and then I got Fight Sports Talk.
What was the topics again? I kind of went out and then came back in. I don't want to just, you know what I'm saying, say some shit that
Oh,
y'all ain't talking about.
no, we just whatever you want to cover, whatever your 2 cents is. We
No,
ain't on that topic right now.
I was more so thinking about the situation with Zepeda and the PBC situation. I don't know. I think they playing chess right now with the with that whole situation. I don't think Tank gonna fight him though. I don't know. That shit it do look crazy. That's why I said I don't really trust the sanctioning bodies because that shit can be bought. So
I mean, but that even if that's the case, paid in full, that doesn't mean Tank has to fight him next. He already has a fight he's negotiated and in the works. That's why I don't understand why people even saying that, y'all. It doesn't make logical sense.
right, but then I do want to see PBC and Top Rank because I mean shit they the two biggest promoters in the US anyways. Golden Boy really ain't got too many big names over there besides Virgil and Ryan. But yeah, PBC and Top Rank come together, bro. That's gonna be a massive ass deal. But
Yeah,
that's all
that's
I.
gonna be cool. But I mean, I just wonder with the Top Rank and PBC coming together. I was gonna talk about this too, but I want to do it when we open up the panel.
Because
I
I
just
think they
wonder
got.
if
Oh,
it's
go ahead.
gonna be what we think it's gonna be, or if it's just kind of gonna be like PBC and Top Rank together, but they're not really commingling the fighters like that.
Shit, they
It'll
got
just be a lot easier to make bigger fights.
Now, what I think is gonna happen is like, I think they're gonna use both of the promotions, and they're gonna like kind of split up their fighters. Like, say they got some prospects on PBC, and they got a lot. They're just gonna use Top Rank as like a sort of like a filler program. Like, hey, we got some fighters we can send over there to fight, and then the pay-per-views they'll probably do them together. Like, hey, we'll split everything. Like for some events, they're still gonna do their own events, but they're gonna like.
They said for the undercard though. I don't know how true it is. KO was speaking on it today though. They got Cool Boy versus damn, what's dude's name?
Espinoza.
Huh?
Was it Espinoza?
Cool Boy is fighting Oshaki Foster. He's fighting Foster.
Oshaki, yeah.
No, then they got Alberto Puello versus Russell for like that's a fire ass card, bro.
Yeah, Shushu and Espinoza.
And Shushu supposed to be fighting somebody as well.
Yeah, Espinoza.
No, he's fighting Ray Vargas. He's fighting Ray Vargas.
Hold on, y'all. Shout out Fight Sport Talk. What's your 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, thanks, 2 cents. I don't know who said it, but somebody talked about Crawford deserving the Canelo fight where Jermell didn't.
One of the
I'm
Bud
a Crawford
buddies,
fan.
probably Hacker.
Well, I'm a Crawford fan, but
that's Papa Shelton.
Okay, well, Sheldon, I'm a Crawford fan, but he doesn't deserve the fight. So it is what it is, and Crawford's backed himself into a corner where what you said earlier, 2 cents, about going out on your shield and stuff. As much as it sucks to fight somebody much bigger than you, he's going to have to do that. Crawford is, because he's backed himself into this fight. And what you guys were saying about Oshaki Foster, I don't. Sorry if you guys, if this is a completely separate topic, but I don't know. I don't know if Stephen Fulton's serious about fighting Oshak, because that seems. I don't know if that's necessary. I think he should stay at 126. I think Carrington is. I'm not saying Carrington's going to be the future or anything, but I think he brings a lot of good stuff to this division. So yeah, I'd like to see him against these champions.
Oh, hold on, Fight Sports. Shout out to Miss Barbara D with the $5 in the Cash App. She says for the grind. Shout out Miss Barbara D. All right, go ahead, Fight Sports.
No, that's it really. I mean, Crawford. I was on Marty's show.
Crawford, exactly. Fight Sports. Crawford got to get knocked. He got to get knocked out. He either got to win or he got to get knocked out.
Crawford gonna stop Canelo, man. Mark my words.
Really?
He's not going to stop me.
Really?
If he stops,
Canelo,
watch the hacker. If Canelo stops Crawford, he only is confirming the suspicion. I mean, if Crawford stops Canelo, he's only confirming the suspicion. I just want you to know that.
The only PED Crawford taken is called hard work and dedication. That's all that is. Hard work and damn dedication. That's all.
Wait, hold on. You said if Crawford stops Canelo, that means he's on steroids? Is that what you just said?
That's what they're gonna find.
We ain't gonna say that, but
not what I said.
Shit going on for sure.
No, I want to hear what she said. Hold on. I want to hear what she said. I want to hear what she said. What she said?
I said it confirms the suspicion.
The suspicion of what?
Well, if they both take the fight and they both don't get tested, what's the problem?
I didn't say it was a problem. I just said it confirms the suspicion.
Ain't no confirmation.
Well,
Crawford trains very hard, y'all. I don't know what y'all be thinking Crawford is. Crawford is a monster. That brother is a monster. Let me just tell y'all.
Can I just say there's a lot of suspicion around Canelo, and he's the one who's actually failed a test. Or no, he failed 2 tests. So it's I don't know if that really matters with Crawford. I mean, yeah.
No, that shit gonna matter for sure. Oh hell no. Nigga done
I
went
don't
all the way
start-
up to 168 stopping shit, man. You don't knock it the fuck off.
No, well, no.
The hate is real. Boy, the hate is real.
You're gonna go knock
Now
out
get the hate out the blood, Paige. Get the hate out the blood, brother.
No, ain't no hate. I'm
You
just
didn't
being
even-
real, bro. So that shit gonna be suspect as hell.
Paige.
The brother trained hard.
Crawford
trained hard as shit, man.
Paige. Crawford at the very most. Crawford at the very most maybe a
I can
somebody
hear
else
it.
trying to talk
They
or
need to pop back in. I mean, y'all like, cause I was
Craw-
just talking about what the hell? Yeah,
Somebody
put
need
you
to
in
Crawford
mute.
mute.
Here,
Dodger, go
suck
on mute,
back in.
Dodger.
Crawford
Go
at
on
the
mute,
very
Dodger.
most may be able to stun Canelo like James Toney used to stun heavyweights, but he's not knocking Canelo out. I mean, Canelo's never even been knocked down, and that's against big guys. So no, he's Crawford may be able to stagger him or hurt him, but he's not knocking him out.
But he will fight him. That's the difference. He
I
will
agree.
fight him. If he gets
But
knocked down
we
and he
don't
can
know
get up,
that. We
he
don't know
will
that
fight him.
though.
It's in him
Mr.
to
Greg,
do
we
that.
don't know that yet.
And
We
what
don't
y'all
know
gotta
He
that
got
yet.
knocked down by Gamboa, and he came out and knocked Gamboa down like 3 different
Every
times.
nigga
Gamboa
get
is
knocked down by
small, bro.
Kimbo.
He
Stop
was
it. That's a
small
bad
too.
example.
He was
Well, we
small
know
too. What are
Mel
you
gonna
talking about?
fight
They were
his ass.
the same weight.
But remember, Crawford asked for
Didn't
Canelo.
Take knock out Gamboa before Crawford fought him? I'm just asking.
Who? You said what?
Come
Take
on,
knock
two
out
cents.
Gamboa
Come
before
on with
Crawford.
that, 2
No,
cents.
No,
Come on with
Terence
that.
Crawford was
No,
first.
I think
Crawford
Gamboa fought
Crawford knocked.
Crawford first.
Yeah, he fought
Yeah,
Crawford
Crawford
first.
fought an undefeated Gamboa. In fact,
Yeah.
that was actually
Yeah,
Oh,
his
okay.
best. That was
yeah,
actually
he
his
fought.
biggest win before the
That's
Sean
when
Porter
50
fight.
Cent was backing him.
Yeah, he fought
Oh,
That's
Gamboa when
true.
Gamboa was on
It feels
top.
like a yeah.
And
Yeah.
you all
like I
remember
said, if he go up to
Yeah, when
168 and stop that nigga, bro,
Crawford fought Gamboa, Gamboa was in the arguments to be a pound for pound fighter.
Hey,
Like
if you
But
know
Right?
he's
boxing
clean
hacker,
Yep, he
100%.
did.
boxing hacker,
Hey,
you sat there and said, bro, he a fucking gym rat. What the fuck that got to do with anything, bro? So if
brother,
he's a gym rat, what
when
the
you
fuck he
train
need to go
hard, you
to?
can.
What he need a
Yeah,
Victor Conti for?
yo, that's like asking why do gym rats
oh
go
my
to
I ain't
nutritionists?
trying to hear that
You're not
shit.
They,
finna
I
do
keep
this.
saying
Box
it.
Hacker,
It
you're not
doesn't
about to
matter.
hijack my counter, bro.
Boxing
You haven't
hacker.
even
No,
watched the
I just want to
documentary.
answer
You
this
think
question.
you know.
Stop.
headache, bro.
Stop.
No,
Hacker is just a
no,
contrarian. But Mr. Greg,
it's
I
not
agree with
contrary.
you.
It's true.
And then another thing,
Crawford's gonna challenge Canelo. He's not size matters, so he's not gonna win. But I agree,
he's not. I don't think
he
he'll
will make
beat
it
him, but
awkward.
he's gonna fight him. And you got to remember, Crawford asked for Canelo. Jermell did not ask for Canelo. He got replaced because his brother couldn't take the fight.
true.
That's how Jermell
Yeah,
ended
he
up in
That's
wants.
that
true.
fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, we
he
don't
wants.
know that. We don't know
Yeah,
And
how Bud is
but
gonna
what we do
take
know, Ty, is
Canelo's
that Mel
power.
won't fight and Mel will run. We do know that.
Okay, but we don't know what Terrence is gonna do
But
yet. So
what
y'all
we
can
do
stop
know is
all of this
Bud
big
ducking
bad
Mel.
boogeyman shit.
So wait. If Crawford beats Canelo and they did test, and Crawford passes his test, y'all gonna accept it, right? If he beats Canelo convincingly,
No.
Hell no, we ain't gonna accept that shit.
If he beat
that's
him
it,
convincingly,
man.
that just confirmed the suspicion,
If
Boxing
he
Hacker.
beats
This is diabolical.
Nah, if he
If
outbox
he
him,
outbox him, yeah.
I
If
give
he
him that,
outbox
bro.
him,
If he outbox him, I give him that. But if he knock that nigga out, bro, hey, hell no.
I'm calling the feds myself.
I mean,
I don't
I
want to
don't
hear shit.
Oh
understand
my
this. Hold
God.
on, hold on.
Straight
Pause.
up.
So he can't talk
This
about.
is
Hey, Pay, he
insanity what
can't
I'm
talk
hearing
about.
right now.
Hell
What we're
no.
saying, what we're saying right now is
This is
if Crawford
diabolical, man.
wins, he has to be on P. Look, I think Canelo's going to beat his ass. I don't think it's going to be competitive at all. I think he's going to beat him down. But y'all are saying if Crawford wins, he has to be on PEDs. That's ridiculous.
If he
No, I
stops,
didn't
I
say
said if
that.
Crawford knocks him out or
that's what
stops
we're
him, then
I
saying.
said if he
absolutely.
knock him out.
So it's
I
bad if he
mean,
knocks him out.
he could. It's boxing. One punch can change
Yeah, one punch
everything.
and
Yeah.
everything.
But we
Yeah.
haven't seen Canelo wobbled or knocked out in how
That's a
long?
whole different other weight class. That's three weight classes from where Crawford at. And he didn't even do Majimov like that.
I
But
mean,
he
he
did
did.
everybody
I
at
agree.
147 like that, though. So
That's
you'll
cool,
never
but we
Oh my
know.
ain't see
gosh,
that
shut
same
your
At
damn
ass
weight.
up.
147, that's even a smaller weight division, Boxing Hacker. You're not
Hey,
thinking
look,
this through before you say it.
here's what you guys miss about people moving up in
He
weight.
not.
Here's what everybody always misses. When you move in weight, you cut less weight. So a lot of times you see fighters get stronger as they move up in weight
But you
because they
get
don't have to
tired
cut as
quicker as
much.
But
well.
he's not. Boxing Hacker, stop.
No,
Yo, Farmer's actually like
Hacker,
at least walk around 180.
Stop
Yeah,
it.
what's up?
Hacker.
that
He
doesn't
does.
mean
Hacker.
I
We know
don't
If you
care
Mel
if he
didn't
honest,
get
walk, he
stronger.
don't fight at that weight though. Boxing Hacker, it's a big difference,
We
bro.
know Mel
Yeah,
didn't get stronger.
but you ain't cutting weight. So like a lot of
Y'all gotta
times you see
stop this. What's with the
hold on.
jabs?
A lot
how
of
many
times you
times we
see
gotta teach you
fighters.
this lesson,
Hacker,
old man?
Hacker. If you honestly
Yeah,
think size doesn't matter, you don't know boxing.
I
You
never said
seriously
that.
are living. Hold on,
I
Buster
never
Hacker's
said that. What
saying
are you
he's
talking
solid
hold
about?
right
on.
now.
That's
I
what
never
you're.
said
Hold on.
so.
That
No,
is what.
don't put
Hold,
some. Don't say I said something
No,
and
let
no,
him
misspoke
no,
now.
talk,
no, no.
I
Boxing
Look,
Hacker.
Jesus.
No, he's misquoting
Look,
me.
no.
Shut up,
You've
boxing
seen
hacker.
this in.
He
Hacker,
getting
you.
he getting
Oh my
triggered because that's
god.
what he tell his
This guy's
girlfriend. So it's
impossible
just
to.
Bro,
mad
shut
You
about
are
it.
up.
impossible to talk to. Look, you've been spending this entire stream saying that Crawford's going to do something incredible because he's not cutting weight. Do you have any idea what putting on size does? And people who are naturally
Oh my
big do
god.
to smaller guys like you.
Do you want to
Need to
debate
get.
this? We can
Oh
debate this if
God,
you want.
you
We can
don't know
debate this if you
boxing.
want this.
You
I
don't
No,
know
know
you
boxing
can't.
way
boxing.
more
No,
than
we
you do.
can't.
We can
No, we
Hold
we
can't.
can
on, let him
debate that.
talk, boxing hacker. Let him
He doesn't know
talk.
what he's talking about. Floyd
You want
Mayweather
to talk,
was
boxing hacker? Let him talk.
but he cut me
I'm
off.
done. This guy doesn't
He cut me
listen,
off
so it's
and
pointless to
misquoted
say
me.
anything.
First off, okay, fight talk, fight sports talk, whatever your name is. I never said size doesn't matter. What I
That's what you're
said,
insinuating.
no,
No
wait, I know
disrespect,
that's not
sir.
what I was insinuating because I said directly what I said. So don't if you add something on the line, that's you. I never said that. What I said is when you go up in weight, that means you cut less weight, which is true. It's not false. You do know that, right? What the statement I made was actually a fact. So you coming up here and say I insinuating something? No, I stated a fact. And when you cut less weight, that means there's a better likelihood that you're, how you say it, you can fight at the intensity you do when you're actually in the gym. You
Boxing
know
hacker,
that,
you
right?
ever cut
All
weight?
right.
Yes, I
Boxing
cut
hacker,
weight
you ever
before.
cut weight?
Would you
Yes,
cut
of
weight because
How
you
much
course.
weight
didn't
you cut?
box?
How much weight? Hold on. How much weight you had to cut, boxing hacker?
About 20 pounds.
How
Why'd
much
you have
did
to
you
cut
weigh?
20 pounds?
Huh? I had
How
to
much?
cut
How
down to
much did you weigh?
147. I had to cut
How,
down 147.
How
what
long
was?
did it take you to cut it?
Uh
He lying.
He lying as
And
hell.
so like, okay, I'll say this. I'll say this, right? By the time it was like coming close to fight time, I was like 5 pounds away, and those final 5 pounds were hard, but the other pounds were like water weight.
Boxing hacker, when you box, bro?
Lol.
Stop.
I don't know. I boxed in
You
Mars,
told me you
bro.
50
I
people.
don't know
But
what he's
all
talking
I'm saying
He's
is
about.
this,
shadow
right?
boxing his
At the
mirror.
end of the day,
Boxing
like
is a liar,
what y'all
bro.
have to realize is this. What y'all have to realize, cutting weight is like probably the worst part of any fighting to begin with.
Okay.
But
What
how
is
do
Yes,
you
it?
it
know
Hacker,
is.
that,
Cutting
boxing
weight.
everybody,
hacker?
If you have to
No,
cut
everybody
no,
weight,
knows
no,
that
it's
no,
about
no,
terrible.
no, no,
boxing
no, no,
except
no.
you.
Listen to me. Cutting weight, a majority of the
Mhm.
weight that you cut is pure water.
Water.
That's it.
Yes, that's what
I
I
used
said.
to lose, hold on, pause. I used to lose 20 to 25 pounds before I would do weigh-ins, and I would do it in a 24-hour time. Once I weighed in, I would hydrate the fuck back up and be around 15 to 20 pounds heavier by the time I got in the ring 24 hours later. Like,
Correct.
you gotta understand, like all it is dehydrating your body, and the more muscle you carry, the easier it is to dehydrate your body.
But you can also hurt yourself as
It
well by
depends.
putting all that water
Yeah.
back in.
Well,
What
Yeah.
amateur? Y'all ain't do the same day weigh-ins? Y'all didn't do same day weigh-ins?
the younger you are, the
You
easier
do.
it is to cut weight.
I
Okay,
did
but
same
what
day
does
weigh-ins. I didn't
ultimately
have
help?
time to do that.
What's that?
I
Yeah.
had same day weigh-ins. You don't
Same day
have
weight.
time to cut weight.
In the amateurs, you have time to cut weight. It's just that you do it in a more drastic
When?
fashion. That's all.
No, you don't, because
Yeah, you
you
do. It
fight the
depends.
same. You weigh
Not
in the
at
same way.
tournaments.
No,
Yeah,
well,
not tournaments. Yeah, you can't balloon up in between like matches and tournaments, of course. But if it's just one-off fights, definitely.
But hold on, I wanted to get back to this argument that Boxing Hacker was trying to make, because what he's skipping over is the fact that
Oh my god.
you have to get acclimated to a weight. Like you can spar all the heavyweights and whatever you want to spar, but you got to get acclimated to that weight, and that take like maybe 3, maybe 5 fights before you
A
actually get
classic example,
acclimated fully to a
a
weight.
classic example of this is when you see like Pacquiao fight De La Hoya,
Especially
right?
when you're going up 2 weight classes.
Yeah. See, remember
And you're
Pacquiao came
not just
out.
going up 2 weight classes. You quote unquote fighting the best fighter in that weight class.
Yeah. So when you see like somebody
After
like Pacquiao,
looking subpar at the 54 division.
when you see somebody like Pacquiao fight De La Hoya, right? De La Hoya probably came into that ring like weight drain, but Pacquiao he didn't have to cut that much weight at all. So when you see them fight in the ring, like Pacquiao had way more energy than De La Hoya throughout the whole fight. It's easy. It's
Didn't y'all just say Pacquiao was on steroids?
Yeah, that's what I was
So
gonna
you're
say.
not helping your argument, Boxing Hacker.
Next.
yeah, but it's still the same thing though. Like
No,
like you said,
If
we
it's the
can't
same
prove it.
thing, okay, it's the same thing. Go ahead.
It's not the
Yeah,
same.
like you said, we can't prove it, so I'm not gonna make. But the suspension of him juicing was always there. But it doesn't change the fact, like him moving up in weight is easier than somebody that. So like it's a double-edged sword. Like, yeah, there's a possibility that the person that's bigger might hydrate completely and be just bigger than you. There's always that possibility. But the reality is also is that the person that's moving up in weight doesn't have to cut any weight, or has to cut less weight, and the person that is like big for the weight class has to cut a lot of weight and probably like drain their strength as well, because it's not
So,
easy to like
You jumping
rehydrate and
way
have
too
one.
many hoops right
but
now.
I don't think you get it. Like, first of
Yeah,
all,
you
he's
don't.
going up two
Explain
weight
it to a
classes,
doctor,
right?
because he up
He's
here
going
like
up
he
two
just
weight classes, right? He's going up
Yeah,
He's going up two. First of
yeah,
all, he just changed. He's changing glove sizes. First of all, he's
Yeah.
not. So the ones on 47, that's why he hit so hard. Them 47 gloves are light compared to the when you go up to 54. They're closer
yeah.
to sparring gloves. So it's like his power is not going to translate like that. It showed in the Madrimov fight. His power was there, but it wasn't what it was at 47. So if he's
He
anything
didn't
of
have his
knocking
magic
somebody
band,
out,
Andre.
Yeah, because I'm
oh
trying
yeah,
to
well, you
for that
right, you
Terence
right.
Crawford I saw in Errol Spence when he fought Errol Spence.
It's
You say
not going to
what?
be the same one, and you're not naturally stronger. First of all, Canelo's naturally bigger than him. I don't understand why you keep saying, "Oh, he's gonna be naturally." Canelo got punched by Bivol, and Bivol definitely punches better than harder than
But
Terrence.
Right.
Bivol more so outboxed Canelo though, so he kept him on the outside.
Yeah,
But he
I
had
mean,
to have
Well, I
I
power
heard
just think
too.
Terence
that,
Crawford
but
That
say he's going to be able to hit Canelo with punches he don't see coming because he's
yeah,
used to fighting bigger, slower guys. But I'm like, you're about to be the bigger, slower guy. You're not
he
going to
might
be
not
as
be
fast
slower.
as you were.
It
He's not going to be as
depends.
fast as he was at 47.
that's what
It
I'm saying.
depends how he,
if
it
he,
depends how he
That's
True.
trains.
well,
It
and I've
depends.
said
It
that
depends
before.
how
That's
he
not
trains.
always
Hold
true,
on, Hacker.
Q-Tip.
If Crawford
That's not
actually,
always true.
That's not always true.
You
Yeah, it depends how you
you can
train.
put on weight and actually be faster than you were smaller. The,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
what matters is his frame and how he feels out. If he becomes too big with muscle or weight, he'll slow down. But if he fills out his frame and he's actually stronger, he could actually increase in speed. There's a
Yeah.
What
reason why
fighter
all
we
your
seen do that?
hold on, let me finish, please. There's a reason why all your speed sports people look like bodybuilders, track runners, running backs. They're all big. They're all ripped to the bone and they're super fucking fast. So it's a common misconception that muscle slows you down. It doesn't. It's only whenever you become too big for your frame.
I don't
It's the
agree with
fact
that.
that you have to
But that
acclimate
is
still,
true.
I
Tony.
mean, I don't care
Do
if
you
you
know
agree.
what?
It's just a
Do you
I
fact.
know
don't because it's false.
It's
it's
not
Terrence?
false.
It's
It's
Terrence.
very much because Usain Bolt does not look like anywhere near a bodybuilder. My dad's a bodybuilder, so no,
I didn't say being
no,
a
nobody,
bodybuilder
no
makes you
bucko.
faster. That's not what I said.
It doesn't
What I
make you fast.
He said that weightlifting might not necessarily make you slower. I mean, I don't think weightlifting is really great for boxing, but it does
What
help a little
boxer
bit.
have we seen get faster when they put on more weight?
That don't even
When you
make
put
sense.
them,
What boxer?
Why would I get
it does.
faster putting
Holyfield.
on more weight?
what are you
Holyfield.
talking about? I bring up who y'all brought up earlier, Manny Pacquiao. He got a hell of a
Right,
lot faster the more he gained weight.
He was on
right.
steroids. So y'all, once
I thought
again,
I
The
thought y'all
fuck
said
out
he
of
everything y'all
here.
saying
wasn't.
that could be possibly done, y'all keep bringing up somebody that's being accused of being on steroids. That's y'all
He passed
example.
every
Floyd,
drug test.
yeah,
And
Floyd
Floyd
didn't
and,
got
get
and can
killed
I
for
slow. Wait,
saying it.
Where's
Floyd didn't
Terrence?
get
can I
slow
just add?
either.
Can I just add something to that, Hacker? I mean, two things. You said exactly what I was going to say, but Hacker, if you're going to use examples of fighters who have moved up in weight and trying to say that there's no
Yeah.
connection to steroid use, do not bring up Manny Pacquiao. Like that is like you're just asking for people to say this this proves PED use. But if Crawford actually does
Exactly.
put on if Crawford actually does put on size, then
Yeah.
he's ruining his chances against Canelo. Like his only
He's
real chance
ruining
is
his
to
chances against Canelo.
Hacker, hold on. Crawford's only chance against Canelo is to box and move. I mean, Canelo's better than when he fought Mayweather. Plus, he was drained in that fight. So, if Crawford does put on weight, then he's signing his own death certificate. Like
It
he needs to
Funny,
depends.
box and
right?
move the whole
Here's
It
time.
what I
depends.
will tell you.
It's
Here's
not
what I
that
will tell
straightforward.
you.
It depends.
Your assumptions and what you think about Manny Pacquiao don't mean shit. Here's the fact of the matter.
Hold on.
No, no, no,
I'm
no,
talking
no,
about
no. You
evidence.
talk now. I'm talking. I'm gonna finish my statement. When Manny was fighting, he was the most tested boxer in all of boxing. He took more drug tests than any other fighter. On top of that, Floyd Mayweather went down the same route that you went down, saying he was on steroids. And guess what happened to Floyd? He got his ass sued for defamation.
Okay, I can't hold on. I can't see who's talking because of this photo. Who's saying this?
Tony's review.
All right, Tony. All respect, but I'm talking about evidence. There is a ton of evidence out there against Pacquiao, and I'm just saying that if you want to talk about fighters who, if you're suggesting that moving up in weight can be done without PED use, do not bring up Manny Pacquiao. Sorry, I mean, I don't want to take up the entire show, but there's
Fight Sports. So what on earth are you talking
You
about,
got a
brother?
point, 'cause that nigga
Hold on. Let me repeat what I just said. Here is a fact. Manny Pacquiao was the most tested boxer in all of fucking boxing.
No, sorry.
Listen. Let me say this, Tony. Let me say this, Tony. And Fight Sports.
You can
Hold
Google
on.
it.
Hold on, y'all.
Let me say this.
Furthermore,
Tony, let me say this.
When
Let me say
Floyd
this
started
because
saying all this
hold on,
steroid stuff,
Tony.
he ended up.
Tony, be quiet.
Tony, hold on. Let me say this because you right and Fight Sports Talk is right. And let me tell you how both of y'all right. Manny Pacquiao never popped dirty, which is the point that I made earlier. But he's under the suspicion and he has the stigma of using steroids. Terence Crawford even thinks he used steroids. So the point we're trying to make is do not use Manny Pacquiao as an example of moving up in weight and keeping power and doing all of this stuff because of the allegations and things surrounding his name. Because Terence Crawford has those same allegations and things surrounding his name. So when you bring up Manny, it only confirms the suspicion. That's all Fight Sports is trying to say.
How about Floyd
Let me
Mayweather?
ask you this. Hold on. Let me ask you this. What about Holyfield?
What's so ridiculous about it is, let's just say hypothetically. Let's say hypothetically Manny was on steroids. Steroids. Hold on. Let me finish. Steroids does not make you just all of a sudden get speed.
Mr. Shelton,
So
mute
why
your
the fuck
mic.
is his head got that fucking big, bro? Like, why is he?
Okay, number one. Okay, so this is actually my profession. Steroids does not increase bone growth. That is a common misconception. The only thing that can make your bone growth get bigger, your head, mainly, aka the ridge of your eyebrows, because your head size doesn't increase.
I don't know what you're talking about, but them dudes on their HGH, their head is bigger.
My
and you can see the dark spots on their head. You can tell
I
what they
literally
say.
have a degree in biology medical. I literally deal with chemicals and compounds every single day of my life for work. It's literally my profession.
Cool, but I know what the side effects of HGH is.
Yeah, human growth hormone, HGH, that can cause bone growth, but there's no steroid that does that. It doesn't happen.
So you telling me a SARMs ain't able to do that?
A SARMs is not a steroid. A SARMs is a selective androgen receptor modulator. They're completely different.
But Tony, you gotta understand, people throw everything under that label steroids. Like I mentioned, HGH, they would say that's steroids. We're not being that technical. They just saying anything that can enhance you. People call it steroids. I get there's different categories.
Performance enhancing.
So what about Holyfield? What about Evander Holyfield?
Hold on. Let's go down the HGH route. So here's what happens when you take HGH.
Barry Bonds' head grew 3 times.
Bigger than a motherfucker.
So
and you can go back and look at Manny Pacquiao from when he started from the lower weight classes to when he moved up to like 147. That nigga head got big as fuck.
Yeah, you know what also makes your head look bigger? When your hair starts to recede as you get older.
Oh, hell no. Hell no. That nigga
Oh,
had the
hell
same
yeah.
fucking
Oh,
hair.
hell yeah. So let me say this real fast. As far as HGH goes, it causes bone growth, which means your digits get longer, your actual hand gets bigger, your feet get bigger. So your shoe size increase, your hand size increase. Not only that, there's a thing that people call steroid guts. It's not from steroids. It's from HGH because HGH makes all your organs grow. Did Manny Pacquiao have a pregnant belly? Because that's the number one sign of HGH, your gut protruding like you're pregnant.
Well, there's not just that for.
Yeah, well,
HGH.
it's not just that. You're talking to somebody who does this every day.
Tony,
So if you
I let
don't
you
know
finish.
the fact,
Come on,
if you don't know what they do,
Tony,
let
Tony, I let you finish. Tony, I'll let you finish. Just look up Manny Pacquiao's physique for the Marco Antonio. Actually, no, go after the Barrera fight. Go to the Manuel Marquez rematch. Then look at his physique for the Miguel Cotto fight and tell me if that's natural. Like, sorry,
Okay,
this is an open and shut case. But also, just moving on from Pacquiao. Look, I mean, he's not the only guy who was most likely juicing, but this wouldn't even be an issue if Crawford didn't accuse him subtly of PED use. So because he's brought somebody else's name up and somebody who never talked bad about him, that's why his name is in the conversation.
Tony, I got a question. You said HGH does what?
HGH does a whole bunch of things. It causes your gut to extend out. So you know, like where you see the bodybuilders on stage and they have abs, but from the side they look like they're pregnant. That's caused by HGH.
But
What it
then,
does is it causes all organs to grow.
but Tony, also the
Because I just
nigga
looked
said
it up and it
the
says
excuses
human
the
growth
nigga was giving,
hormone.
the excuses that the nigga was giving for not wanting to take Olympic style drug testing was because he said that he didn't want to get his blood drawn so close to the fight, or he was afraid of needles and shit like that. But the nigga got tattoos.
That's not what he said. So if you go back in Manny Pacquiao's history, he was forced to take an Olympic style blood test before the night. I think it was against Morales, I believe.
That
It was either
was his
Barrera or
excuse,
Morales.
but that was his
Let me
excuse.
finish. You said let you
All
finish.
right.
Now let me finish. It was either Barrera or Morales. I can't remember which.
Morales,
he was
the
forced,
first
he
fight.
was forced in the first fight. He was forced to take a blood test right before the fight, and he lost the fight. And he said he felt dizzy the entire time. And at that moment, he said he would never do it again before a fight. Now, what you're leaving out is Manny said, "I'll take a blood test right after we fight." You left that part out.
No, I
Yeah, but they
didn't.
got drugs, they got steroids they can leave out your system quick
And
enough.
I don't really understand how that would help after the fight. But nevertheless, Tony, I was asking you a
Yeah,
question before you
that's
guys
not
started
good. Yeah,
chiming in.
because
So, who was that talking?
my bad. Go ahead, Ty. That was
So,
me.
you said it makes your stomach good. I just looked it up. It says human growth hormone benefits for men include improved libido and in performance, and increases muscle mass, weight loss, and it helps reduce stomach abdomen. So, are you sure it's the HGH you were talking about?
So, yes, it's called hypertrophy. Look up hypertropia HGH and read about it. They are linked together. It causes what you're talking about is fat loss. It reduces
Well, I just
abdominal
looked up
fat.
what you said, which was HGH. So
I'm
that's what I
telling you, look up HGH and hypertrophy. Okay, look them up. That's what HGH causes. It causes the internal organs of the stomach to increase in size, thus protruding. What you're saying is a reduction in fat. It does reduce the fat. That's why you see the abs. But from the side, the stomach sticks out like they're pregnant.
So one thing
Yeah,
I
I
do
don't know
want
how
to
that's
call out
gonna
there
make sense.
when it comes to
That's
Pacquiao, like,
crazy that they doing that to their body. That sounds hella dangerous.
hey, but one thing we gotta call out when it comes to Pacquiao, Floyd won Olympic style drug testing. He won random drug testing. So that whole notion of him taking a drug test after the fight wouldn't suffice whatsoever, you know? Because Floyd wanted to be a way where like you couldn't do any kind of cycling, you know. So if you just take a drug test after a fight, I don't know how that solved that issue.
Because it solves the issue like this. Floyd said, the only way I'll fight you is if you take a drug test the night
You
of the
didn't
fight.
already beat me up if it's
No,
after the
no.
fight.
Floyd said
That's what I'm
no,
saying.
no.
Doesn't make any sense.
To be clear, he said that he wanted Olympic style drug testing.
Right. No, to be
He
clear,
said
go
Olympic
back.
style.
Okay, listen to me,
I
Boxing Hacker.
remember very
Listen to
vividly.
me, Boxing Hacker. You are right. But he also, there's a whole fucking interview about this. Floyd was also demanding the night of the fight, Manny give blood, the night of the fight. Manny said, I'm not going to do that, but I'll do it right after we fight.
So why did he turn down Olympic style drug testing then?
Did you hear what I just said?
Yeah, you talking about not.
You're not
Why did he
listening.
turn down I heard you loud and clear. Why did he turn down Olympic style testing?
He
That's
did
not.
not. He did not turn down Olympic. What he
He
turned
Austin
turned.
Hacker, I find it so interesting that you worrying about testing since Bud ain't tested in 5 years. I digress.
The,
Austin
I,
Hacker
I
one.
don't believe that's
So
true, but
listen,
Please
no
listen
one
to
cares
me.
what you believe.
Manny agreed to the testing. Where the negotiations went to the wayside was the fact that Floyd, there's literally an interview where you can listen to it, where Floyd wanted testing the night of the fight. Manny said, I will not do the testing the night of the fight before the fight. What I will do is, if you want my blood, I will take it directly after the
yes,
fight, but I
yes,
refuse to do it before I get in the ring. And
yes,
that's
and
where it tied up. Now, once Manny did that, Floyd went on to talk about how he was on steroids. Talked about
no,
how
hold on. You're
let me
going too
finish.
fast, brother.
No,
You're going
let
to
me
like I
finish.
said before. Olympic.
Boxing
He
Hacker, let me
turned down.
Let
Because
me
you're not
finish.
saying the whole story. He turned down Olympic style
Oh
testing.
my goodness.
He tested. He did 100%, dude. Like you and me both saw it. He turned down Olympic style testing, and that wasn't the first reason why he turned it down. Too. The first reason he said that he didn't want to get bossed around by Floyd. Do you remember that part? Like there's this
The
whole notion
point is,
that
we going
Okay,
through all
Boxing
of
Hacker,
this.
please let me finish.
What
I'm
we
about to
going
give
through
you the
all of
timeline. This is the fact. Floyd wanted Olympic style testing. Manny agreed
yeah,
to it. Floyd also
no, he
said,
didn't.
let me finish.
Okay,
Floyd also said, you're going to give your blood before the fight. Manny said, I'm not going to give my blood before the fight, but I'll do it directly after. Floyd then said the fight's not going to happen. That stopped all negotiations. After that, when Manny refused to do it before the fight, Floyd went on to talk about how Manny was a steroid cheat. Then Manny went and took Floyd to court and sued the shit out of him for defamation. That's the timeline.
Man didn't at first. Man didn't
All
agree to
right,
Olympic
Boxing
style.
Hacker, you're not about to
No,
jump through
because
hoops to try to.
I'm just saying, like it's important that we stay.
Wait,
We
because
can't just like
It's not
manipulate the
important.
past.
Everybody been saying this whole time. Manny Pacquiao used steroids. That's it. Everybody been saying it. It's been a
so
thing.
when
People talk about it every time it come up. They're like, but Manny was on there. We've already accepted it. Like it is what it is. If he was, he was. If he
Wait,
wasn't,
if
he
y'all
wasn't.
accept it, why
But
y'all
the
mad?
point
Why y'all
is,
mad at Crawford for saying it then?
we're
What's
not
the whole?
mad. We're not because you can't listen. You everybody, your fans been running around saying you can't call nobody that without no proof. He don't have no proof, and he saying
But
he
there's
was a drug cheat.
but
So
there's not even
all I'm saying is
circumstantial
to the
proof.
fans, I don't feel no type of way towards Crawford. I'm saying to the fans, like people like you, Boxing Hacker, your argument of he never tested positive is out the window. You got to find a new
No,
argument now
there's not even
because
there's not even
he can
circumstantial.
have suspicions and say what he feel about Manny Pacquiao, and I can have suspicions and say what I feel about Terence Bud Crawford. And
But
everything you say confirms the suspicion. Oh, he gonna go up and knock out Canelo. Oh, he gonna go up, he gonna keep his power. Oh, Manny Pacquiao did it. This is who y'all are comparing him to. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I hear you. I don't really agree. I can't see it. Like you're talking about one guy who's never turned down a fight because of a PED test, right? I've never seen
We're not
Crawford be
gonna play.
like.
We're not gonna
I
nitpick.
mean, he's
We're
never.
talking
If we're
about
gonna say,
the
if we're
principle.
gonna compare apples to apples, let it be 1-to-1 then. We've
Did
never seen
Manny
Crawford.
Pacquiao work with Victor Conte? Was Manny Pacquiao with Victor
He
Conte?
worked with Alex Ariza, right? He worked with Alex Ariza, and not
Who
only
is
that,
Alex
Freddie
Ariza?
Roach,
Who is Alex Ariza? Who is Alex
his
Ariza?
strength, is a strength and conditioning coach. Yeah. So
So what does that have to do
and
with
what
Victor Conte?
Freddie Roach even said that Alex Ariza was giving him shit that he didn't even know what it was. So like there was a lot of suspicion just around that statement alone. So
Okay,
like
so then there we go. It's the same thing.
how's it
You're
the
not
same
making the
thing?
argument better, Boxing Hacker. It don't
I
matter.
don't see it. The
Panel is
guy you told
open.
Yeah,
the
hacker,
person.
hacker. The problem is that
Yeah.
you're talking like there's no reason to suspect Crawford of any wrongdoing when he's brought up Manny Pacquiao's name for no reason, and he's talking about moving up and fighting a guy much bigger than him, and you're saying he's going to either hurt him or knock him out. Like that, you can't compare this to Manny Pacquiao and say one's suspicious while the other's not. They're both. I mean,
So
Crawford hasn't
so
fought Canelo yet, but again, unless Crawford develops amazing one punch knockout power at like 12 pounds higher than what he's used to fighting at, he's not hurting Canelo.
okay, when you
Like,
say he brought Pacquiao's name for no reason, that's not true, right? He was first of all, he was asked a question, who is his top five fighters. He named them, and they asked him why
Don't
didn't Pacquiao part of that
matter.
list? No, I
The
just need you
doesn't
to
reason
ma-
why
be
he said
you
it
need to
don't
be
matter.
accurate.
it
Don't
doesn't
say
matter.
he
Hacker,
brought him up
hacker.
just for no
Again, you
reason.
can
He was
hacker,
asked
hacker.
why
You can hold on.
Pacquiao's not
I'll
on his
respond to
list.
that. Hacker,
Yeah,
Hacker, I can
okay.
respond. All right. Look,
Hold on.
Yeah,
Shout
go ahead.
out Joseph Suave in the building. Joseph, man, I wish I would have got that Roach interview. Joseph, shout out Joseph in the building. But go ahead, Fight Sports.
I was
Good.
just going to say he was critical of Pacquiao in ways which, again, if you're critical of a super popular fighter like Pacquiao, it's going to bring criticism onto you. So Crawford's brought this on himself. Also, he's talking about how Pacquiao isn't as great as people say, yet he's talking about being top 3 if he beats Canelo, when, again, you can be a Crawford fan like I am and admit he hasn't fought the best competition since he beat Spence. So if you're going to talk about how your top 3 all-time great
Uh,
and you're going to critique others who have a much better legacy than you, then, again, he's brought this criticism on himself.
it's funny how you always say you're a Crawford fan right before you want to discredit Crawford. Is that like some
I'm
kind of
Yeah,
objective.
like
because
I'm
he's showing that
famous?
he's
objective.
a
Called
I'm
being
fan. You're
objective.
objective.
criticizing him.
It's called being
Hacker, I'm
objective.
objective.
Can
No,
you
it's
do
not
the
I'm
called.
same
not
It's,
thing for
it's,
fanboying
Devin
it's
because
called
I
Haney?
just.
like you.
What do you
I'm
call
not
that?
fanboying.
What do you call that? Hey, I'm
And
a Crawford fan, but Crawford's a
Nice
terrible
boys. I
person.
love
What the
Hacker,
Crawford.
hell?
I
Hacker,
like that fight
Hacker,
What the
sports.
hell
don't.
you talking about?
I'm
But look,
objective. End of
Yes, I
story.
can be a fan
you're.
of somebody and call him out. Boxing hacker.
I mean,
Not
but,
like
but
him.
it's
About y'all favorite
interesting.
fighters.
It's interesting. You start your argument with that. You know, like to sort of like create this like
No,
atmosphere. Like
because he's
How you
letting
I'm
you
expect him
just
to
know
start his
that he's
I'm
a
a
argument?
Crawford
I'm
fan
a,
of
fan, but I
Crawford
I'm a,
see
and
this
he's
I'm
problem.
objective.
criticizing him.
Hacker, I'm
Crawford.
objective. I
Yeah,
don't lie for fighters just because I'm a fan of them. And again, you can't
Oh,
look at Pacquiao and say and talk about the suspicions around him and deny that there's some reason to be suspicious of Crawford if he's going to knock out Canelo, as you put it, because he's not.
I mean, we
I
don't know
love
until
fight
the fight
sports.
happens.
Hacker,
One,
Fight
hacker.
sports got
and
a little biased.
at the
Go
end of the
ahead.
day, if you're gonna say that fight sports talk, remember many fighters thought the same thing about Pacquiao, and not a lot of them didn't get no
Lord,
criticism. So
why do you keep
that's
using
a fault,
Pacquiao, bro?
huh? Yeah,
Pacquiao. Use
yeah.
somebody else.
No, we're talking about Pacquiao, so why would I switch the topic? But many fighters thought you were suspicious of Pacquiao. Pacquiao came
Many
from
fighters are
109, bro.
suspicious of Terence Crawford. What do you
Yeah,
see?
but yeah, that's fine. Hey, it is what it is, right? But to me, I'm just gonna say like I don't see how people can like. There's nothing even circumstantial about Terence Crawford. Like I don't
You
see
have
no
any
circumstantial
That's a
evidence
damn
whatsoever.
lie. That's a
boxing
He
I
damn
don't
works with
see
lie.
Victor
it. I don't
Conte.
see it.
He
boxing
But
works
hacker?
with Victor
sometimes he's
Conte.
tested.
That's
He
substantial.
passed.
That's very substantial.
He ain't been
Boxing
tested in
hacker.
5 years.
No, circumstantial, not substantial.
That's
Boxing
Hacker,
very
hacker. You shouldn't
substantial.
lie to
hacker.
Okay,
yourself and
Only
that's
stand
even
on what
better.
you're saying.
it's only constructive criticism, hacker. That's all it really
Huh?
is. I'm a Crawford fan too, but I still have
You
had
like in love
criticism.
with these
It's
men.
just
It's weird.
constructive criticism. That's all.
Sometimes, like I said, but
You
sometimes people
know,
go
they have
overboard.
to announce that they're Crawford fans because they're trying to show that there are some
No,
normal
no,
Crawford
when they're
fans
about to
out
start
there
hating,
in
that's
the
when it
hold on,
starts.
boxing hacker. Hold on, you cut me off, bro. They have to let it be known, like, hey, I am a Crawford fan, but I'm a sensible one. I got common sense and knowledge. I don't got Crawford Johnson in my mouth. I can critique him. I can call out the BS that he's doing. That's why, because they want you to know, like, I'm a logical Crawford fan. I'm not a
No, Fight
Crawford
Sports Talk doesn't.
stan.
Whenever he says he's a fan of somebody, he's about to talk shit about that person. Every time it's like
Hacker,
clockwork.
hacker,
I'm
hacker,
I'm a hey
hacker.
Hacker, I'm a
Hacker.
Devin
Come
Haney
on.
fan, but Devin Haney is
Hacker,
I'm
be
like, come
quiet.
on,
Hacker,
brother.
be quiet. Be quiet.
Come on, brother.
I've
Come
never
on.
talked
You do it
anything.
all the
I've
damn
never
time.
talked.
I don't think he know how
Hacker,
to be
be
quiet.
quiet. Hacker, be
I'm a
quiet. I've
Shakur
never
fan,
talked.
but Shakur's a terrible guy. What the hell?
Again, can you shut up for more than 5 seconds? I've never talked shit about Crawford. I've defended Crawford, but
Yeah,
again,
yeah.
you've got to be objective, okay? So that's what I'm just saying. You can't Crawford,
I'm
his only
objective.
chance against Can you shut up for more than 5 seconds? Crawford's only chance against Canelo is to stick and move for 12 rounds. And you're saying he's going to knock him out. That's literally impossible unless he develops some incredible punch from the gods, because size matters.
Some
I'm
different
all
kinds.
Hold up.
Hey,
Nothing
we've been on
when you
here
said
almost 2 hours. I'm gonna go around the panel. Thank you for everybody joining me for 2 Cents After Dark. Very interesting conversation today, and it just amazes me. It just amazes me. But we're gonna go around the panel. We're gonna start off with Mr. Shelton. Mr. Shelton, what's your 2 cents? What you got for the show? Mr. Shelton, you there? Going once, going twice. So, all right, paid in full. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show? Mr. Shelton, you back? I thought I seen you turn your mute button off.
He ain't talking about nothing anyway. Keep going.
Who was next? Who I said?
Paid in full. Oh,
all right, Tony Reviews. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I mean, really, truthfully, the topic that we was on, I'll give my 2 cents on that. I find it hypocritical for somebody to say Manny, who was the most tested boxer in boxing when he boxed, was on PEDs, but then you say Crawford is by default clean when this dude never gets tested. So if anybody looks more suspicious between Manny and Bud, it would be Bud all day, because Manny got tested for every fight, never popped out. Bud gets tested for no fights, to my knowledge, and works with one of the biggest drug cheats in the history of boxing. Yeah, make it make sense. But anyways, I'm out. Thanks for letting me on. Have a good night.
Shout out Tony Reviews. Thanks for joining me on the panel. Boxing Hacker, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, what's up? Let me be like Fight Sports Star. You know, I'm a fan of Manny Pacquiao now.
Land your plane.
No, but check this out, right? I mean, at the end of the day, like, suspicion when it came from Manny Pacquiao, there were tons of things that just seem a bit suspicious. I mean, I guess you can overlook the astronomical jump. A guy who came from 109 to stopping people like Cotto and Margarito, you know. I mean, you look past that, but then when it came to the Floyd fight, Floyd was even offering this guy $6 million to take drug tests, and dude still said no, you know. And I 2 cents, honestly, I hear what you're saying about Crawford and this Victor Conti thing, but at the end of the day, I mean, Crawford, like I said, Crawford's never tested positive. He never acted like he would duck a drug test, you know, like Manny Pacquiao was doing. So I just can't put that on that brother. And anytime he did take a drug test, he passed. So it is what it is right there, you know. With that, I'm out. Salute to the panel and chat. Take care, y'all.
Shout out Boxing Hacker. Thank you for coming up, joining the panel. Dondrick Nim, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
I'm tired of Boxing Hacker. I'm not gonna lie to you. He grinds my gears. But great conversations. You know, everybody was talking over each other. You know, I love it. I love the chaos. It's my favorite thing about it after I get off work. So I thank y'all for the conversation. And Jamal's back. Don't worry about it. We're gonna get playing. Don't worry about it.
All right. Shout out Dondrick Nim. Thank you for coming up on the panel. Fight Sports Talk. What's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Yeah, I guess I said enough about the whole drug testing thing. So I didn't talk about Jermell Charlo against Plant. Yeah, as long as Charlo's, both Charlos, as long as they're motivated to come back, then I'm excited for it. And nothing more can motivate Jermell Charlo more than that slap. So yeah, hope I don't.
But wait,
know
I heard Jermell wasn't fighting Plant though.
But they're fighting on the same.
He's not on the same card.
I heard they're fighting on the same card and maybe fighting later on in the year.
Like November or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that may.
Oh, you know what I was supposed to talk about tonight, Ty? The lawsuit.
Oh.
I'm gonna have to do it Friday. Go ahead, Fight Sports Talk.
Yeah, so as long as both Charlo brothers want to come back, then great, and hopefully we see Jermell Charlo versus Plant. Thanks, guys. Catch you later.
All right, shout out Fight Sports Talk. Thank you for coming on the show. Yeah, I was supposed to cover that lawsuit today because I hear people keep saying it's dropped, and I'm like, no, it's not.
It's not.
Like, I don't know why y'all think that, but
I could be messy too and pay to have it unsealed, but not gonna go that far.
Oh, it's sealed? I thought it was public record. Why would they seal it?
Well, you see with the PDFs, and then if you try to like click open the PDFs, then they try to charge you for them. On that particular website, I couldn't really find them anywhere else, but that was the most, as you can see, the time and date stamps. That's like minute by minute when it's updated, so it's accurate. The last time it was updated was I think the 30th of March, and it's going to be updated again on April 17th. But if you want to see, like, because if you can read the top, it'll say, you know, they meet with them, they go through mediation. If you want to see what's being said in mediation, yeah, you have to pay.
Ooh, how much is it?
Last time I checked, I think it was like 50, 60. I'm gonna look and see what's going on.
We're gonna
I'm
have
gonna
to
see
see. We're
what's
gonna have
going
to
on.
do it as a group. 2 cents
Yeah.
investigates. Okay. Mr. Greg, what's your final 2 cents? What you got for the show?
Hey, listen, special fighters can do special things. We was talking about fighters going up in weight and multiple weight classes, as a matter of fact, and smaller fighters at that. If y'all remember, Ray Leonard went up all the way up to 175, beat Donnie Lalonde, even though he was getting pieced up for a minute, but he actually knocked him out. And Ray was never a big guy. He was actually he was supposed to have been fighting at 140 when he started, but he went to 147 because they said he was avoiding Aaron Pryor. Don't know whether that's true. It don't even matter. But a special fighter who has special qualities can do these things. It is very possible. I doubt it is going to be happening because I don't compare Bud to Ray. That you can go up that far because Ray went up to 175. We talking about Bud just going to 168. So it's all possible, and it depends on the fighter too. I don't think Donnie Lalonde was as good as Canelo, but the point is you can go up that one time, knock somebody out, and you're a smaller fighter, that many weight classes, and win. So today we now know enough about Victor Conte and Memo Herrera and all the other cheaters and so forth to be suspicious of these things. For Terence, I've already said it. He needs to be quiet most of the time. You don't need to be criticizing somebody who you face the same kind of criticisms and much more harsher because of who it is that you're being. The reason why you're being suspicious is because of who you are. Pacquiao has not, to my knowledge at least, been associated with Victor. So you just have to stop and think how you want to conduct yourself outside the ring. And sometimes a lot of these fighters don't do that. It's unfortunate. Happy to see the Charlo brothers seem to have gotten past some of their personal issues that was hurting their careers. Happy to hear that they're gearing to get back into the ring. I wished Maul was coming back to straighten out that problem with Plant because I would love to see that. There's a nice backstory behind that. I'm not sure who Jermell is fighting, but he needs a really great fight to put him right back in the mix. I don't think he needs an easy fight. I think he's really prepared to either fight I think he can still fight for a title, to be quite honest. Although I hope he has learned to control his emotions a lot better because he's been angry because he hasn't been out. So we will see how that pans out. But overall, we'll see. I think we're not going. I don't think we're going to see Crawford fight. And I've said this: fight Canelo in the first darn place. But who knows? We might get surprised and he ends up, fighting, as you say, Fondora or somebody at 154 because the Canelo fight falls out or doesn't take place. We might see him back over here fighting either on one of the cards with PBC or Top Rank. It's hard to tell, but in this topsy-turvy world of boxing, where it's such a big soap opera and there's so many people got their hands in fights and moving people, fighters around, anything is bound to happen. And as they said, it's the theater of the unexpected. So we will see things we don't expect, and that's a good thing. We just need to see a lot of them, and they need to always be good. But having said all of that, I'll land it right here. It's always enjoyable. I've been up all. I've seen Todd earlier tonight. I see her again. It's always good to see good people talking about boxing, and I enjoy myself. So I guess we will see you Friday, because now you got to do Friday night with 2 Cents, and now you got 2 Cents Investigates. Is that another show? 2
It
Cents.
might have to be. It
It
might
might,
have to
you might
be.
have to have 4 shows. So that's a
2
good
cents
thing.
investigates. See, when we got some stuff because I'm gonna need a research crew. I can't investigate it by myself. I need the 2 centers to help me out.
All
So
right, well,
you got a lot of people researching. You can dig up a lot of
there you
information
go.
quickly,
There you go.
and then we could throw it all together and present it, so we can stop these narratives in these YouTube boxing streets. That's what I want us to do. We need to be anti-capping activists.
Hmm.
That's what I
See,
think we're gonna be.
see how creative you being? I'm telling you. You see, y'all done came up with 2 shows already. So anyway,
Thank you, Mr. Greg.
I'm gonna let you get some sleep. Good night to you both, ladies. I'll see you Friday.
Good night,
All right,
Greg.
all right. Ty, what's your final 2
Yeah.
cents? What you got for the show?
So real quick before we I want to show you something. Let me see that. This one. Okay. So this you gotta just let me know because you see what it is. Can you see my screen? Can you see it? Can you
It's
see it?
up there on the screen. You see it?
Yeah. Okay. I wanted to make sure you could see it. Okay. And so when I go back though, and you can see it, right? Okay. As you can see, I don't know if you need to make it bigger, but this is like when you click on it, that's when it brings you to this. So you can't really see what's in it, but it basically tells you. And we could go over this more on Friday. I just wanted you to see what it was. But
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So basically, yeah, I'm glad that the Charlo brothers are coming back. I like them, you know. So hopefully they get in here, and I guess this is going to be his tune-up before possibly facing Caleb. So that's definitely what's up. Terence Crawford continues to put his foot in his mouth. I don't know why this man is so bitter. I really don't. I've been trying to figure this out for a while, but he is a very, very bitter man, and I just don't know why. But he better be very careful making accusations like this because he can find himself in the middle of a lawsuit if he continues like this,
That
slandering
would be
people's
crazy.
name. That would be crazy, but you know, it is what it is, you know. And again, like you pointed out, he's the only one talking about this Canelo fight. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, he really does get this fight and he put on all that weight for absolutely no reason, you know. But I mean,
Yeah,
other
he
than
looks
that,
fat too. He doesn't look like he
he
looks
do.
fat. Like his legs look
No,
real thick. He looked like he looked like that's a bad idea putting on all that weight. I think it's a
it
bad idea.
do. And I need him
I
to get
think it's
his
a
damn
bad
hair
idea.
done. It's driving me crazy. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna see. Don't we got some fights coming up soon? Some fights. I don't know if that's
April
this
is supposed to
weekend.
be Devin and Ryan and Rolly supposed to be coming up. Oh, that's May.
Boots is
Who's
coming up
supposed to be fighting
actually.
in April, y'all? I'm have it for
Boots.
Friday so I can announce it.
Boots is April 12th.
I'm sleepy. Boots, that's who about to fight. Man,
Yeah,
that's what I'm
Boots is
saying.
April
Eddie Hearn
12th.
doing a terrible job of marketing this fight. I keep forgetting about it.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
I
on,
don't
but
see it
yeah,
nowhere. I don't see it nowhere. Like people
yeah,
barely talking
and
about it.
I think it was like I think they had a weigh-in too. I thought I saw something flash across my screen about a weigh-in a few days ago. I didn't even watch it, but they did have I think their weigh-in and maybe a face-off. I think something already. I mean, I would hope so. The fight is what 10 days away, so hopefully they had some of that already. But I guess we can get more into that on Friday. Outside of that, great show, and I'll see you Friday.
All right, Todd. Thank you for coming up.
Yep.
Shout out to the 2 centers and everybody that joined me today. I really appreciate y'all coming by the show today. It was a light show today. I mean, because I Sunday, I went hard on Sunday. I had a lot to say. Tonight, I had a lot to say, but I just wanted to open up the panel because I didn't want to be on here till 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. Not tonight. I want to get some rest tonight. Y'all know we had those nights we'll be on here till like 3 a.m. But I want to thank everybody for joining me. Jermell Charlo is still a dog in my eyes. A bigger dog than Terence Crawford. Some of y'all want to say he wasn't a dog in the Canelo fight. That's cool. He just met a bigger dog, I guess. But the fact that he ran through the division, collected all his belts, had to do rematches to get his belt back, went up, had a poor performance, got all the scrutiny, and he coming back to the division with the smoke, to me, that says dog. When I'm watching what Terence Crawford doing, and he on some puppy stuff. Just to give my 2 cents. I'm glad PBC and Top Rank may be teaming up. That's going to possibly make the landscape of American boxing way, way more exciting. But I'm just curious, how is this link up going to work? Is it going to be more like a partnership? Like you do what you've been doing, I do what I've been doing. But when we want to make some big fights, it may be a little bit easier to make because PBC and Top Rank work on 2 completely different business models. That's like bringing an employee job corporation with a corporation that's based on commission and then mashing them together? Like, how the pay structure about to work? So it's a lot of questions I have about them uniting. Maybe we'll talk about it again on Friday. I'll write it down. But I don't know. The Turkey Al Sheik thing was fun. It looked like that's nearing and coming close to an end. So we may be done with that argument. And then what's gonna be crazy is they just gonna sweep all that Turkey Al Sheik stuff under the rug and we're gonna move on. And we're gonna be like, I thought he was taking over boxing. I thought he was making the fights that people want to see. I thought he was here for the fans. Where is he at? Where is he at? Do we have an update on what's going on with the Ryan Garcia Rolly Romero fight? What's up with that? That seems to be hush. A free fight in the street that nobody can stop and watch. It's not open to the public, but it's in the public. I don't know. Maybe I'm tripping. But listen, if you don't want your host all in the videos, kicking you out the chat, timing you out the chat, kicking you off the panel, putting you on mute, leaving you in the background, come on over to 2 Cents Boxing, where we talk everything boxing and everybody's entitled to their own opinion.